Hello, hello, and welcome to Top 64 here in the beautiful United Kingdom. I am Jet the Jenga God. I am joined by Sma.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Regen 2023. It's such a pleasure to be here, and a pleasure to be with you as well, Jet. We've been
Sma, I've been chatting with you online
I know.
for literally years.
Yes.
And now it is finally time. We get to chat in person.
We do.
We get to talk about the game.
And what better place than to do it at this incredibly hot tournament where
Regen.
upsets have been happening out the wazoo.
I know. There's been wild shit happening left and right, and I don't think there's any chance of it stopping soon.
No, it's really not. I mean, especially with now we're getting to the later parts of the bracket as well. Obviously, top 64 is where we're at currently, and this is where it starts getting incredibly.
It gets a little spicy right here. Definitely some chances for some wild stuff to occur. I mean, it already has been, but I think this is where it really heats up. The bracket has sort of shrunk. There's been a lot of the players who, they are the favorites. They're the favorites to continue.
Yep.
They're not here. Some of them are down in the losers.
Some of them are down there. Yeah, we've got some of like the kind of the expected players in winners, like two that we are about to see in a minute. But certainly, yeah, I mean, there's been a few that have dropped down to losers, and some that are even out that we definitely never expected to see.
Beans.
So, the Maze Beans set. Oh, that's sad. But let's get right through it. I'm going to introduce first, of course, the player from United Kingdom, Jezzo, one of our finest from down south. He has been on an absolute tear recently, and you can see his run coming up here, taking down Zorora, Dafong, and Neon Radish to get to where he is right now. But he has certainly got quite the opponent coming up next.
Oh, man. Am I excited to get to commentate an Icon set. Icon is one of my favorite players to watch, to hang out with, to talk with, and he has been in France for the last I think it's about 2 months, and he has just been tearing it up there, having a lot of success, but also, has had a couple, second, third places. Just got one W recently, one big W, but right now he's been tearing his way through this bracket, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. No stopping him so far, and, Jezzo, though, might be the first opponent to maybe take a game, maybe take a set. Who knows? Icon, though, I mean, coming from Chicago, used to live in Northern California, the Ryu player, one of the best in the world on the character, arguably number 2. But hey, I mean, he's going to be trying to make his case for number 1 today.
He's the definition of a world warrior, and here he is in the UK trying to take down one of our finest players. But will it be done? Because Jezzo is certainly a titan at this game, so this will be quite the contest.
Yeah, Icon, certainly familiar with this matchup. I feel like any player at this point in Smash Ultimate has to be familiar with a Rob matchup. There is so many Robs, and it's just like one of the most successful bracket characters at the high level, and we see why. A million tools for a bunch of different situations, but Sma, we're going to be hopping into this one, and tell me what Jezzo is all about.
Yeah, I mean, Jezzo, he's certainly he's a player that learns from his opponent very much. So, we'll get into game 1, we'll see him just kind of feeling out, his opponent right now. He's trying to work out what works and everything. But also, I know that Jezzo is not a fan of the Shoto matchup. So this is going to be curious to see kind of how he has done his homework. And certainly right now, it's looking like he has. Doing the burner boosting there to get the forward air. Trying to just get a little bit more chip damage, keeping that gyro away, which is going to be absolutely crucial, Jet.
Yeah, it's really interesting that okay, Jezzo getting the first stock. Nice job there, getting that back air. Really huge hitbox. But it is interesting you told me about, Jezzo being like a learner, somebody who learns a lot as the games progress, as the stocks progress, because that is exactly how I would describe Icon. He will literally, like the first stock of the first game, use it exclusively just for data. Like he's like, all right, I got to figure out how you're going to kill me, what your plans are, and he'll do that almost every single time. So, I'm not super worried about the fact that Jezzo took that first stock, because I feel like both these players, they have a lot to learn, and there's a lot of progress to happen in this game. As Jezzo, he takes the second one, though, and that's a big deal. Cleanly up a full stock, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that's inevitable in this game, it's that side B coming out and obliterating stock. Jezzo looking quite nice right now. But we also know, Jet, what Ryu can do. I mean, these combos, the damage potential, it literally, even there, just one down tilt led at 43%, and it can only keep building. So what Jezzo needs to do now is just absolutely keep this warrior away right now. He's doing a good job placing down that gyro, just throwing it at him at times as well, just making sure, right, I'm going to play this zoning game and keep you well away from me, because I do not want to be sure you couldn't.
Absolutely. I mean, that is the big threat. When Icon gets his meaty paws on you, he does not let you go without giving you everything. And I've noticed Jezzo, 3 times now, has used that landing rotor arm and the up air. Wow, what a kill. Cutting me off right there, just saying, all right, doesn't matter what you've noticed. This is what's happening right now in this game. I'm getting the first one of the tournament against Icon.
Yeah, right. 1-0 up right now, but we've got a long way to go. Obviously, it's been best of 5 all weekend, and we know what can happen at the best of 5. You know,
what do you think about a best of 5, all best of 5 tournament?
I really like best of 5 actually, because I feel like opponents, like I say, they kind of just they learn. Like, you can go 2 games down, and we see this all the time, even in sort of the bigger tournaments, that players will go 2-0 down, and then sort of figure out, right, okay, not only do I need to, you know, clutch up right now, but I've learned exactly what my opponent wants to do, so I can just start to do this. And I feel like we're going to be seeing this from both sides. Obviously, Jezo learned a little bit from that game 1, but obviously, you said how much of this player, you know, is able to download his opponent, and right now we're seeing a little bit of that, with all of those up airs just getting a bit more damage on.
Yeah, I do think that another big boon to this best of 5 is the fact that, you know, there's a lot of variance in Smash Ultimate, just like character-wise, matchup-wise, and just mitigating that a tiny bit with the ability to just have that full best of 5. It's a huge deal. And right now, though, Icon answering back in a big way. After that huge start from Jezo, Icon was able to get the stock relatively early, but Jezo, he wants that answer, and he wants it now. Back air, sour spot, not going to be enough. Keeps it going with a forward air and a nair. Third forward air. Icon has basically one option, and that is Tatsu, but still finally finds his way out of that. How does he do it, Sma?
All through that, and Icon still makes it back. Absolutely ludicrous. It's so important because he wants to hang on to the stock as long as he physically can. And Jezo, you can see he is hunting for the stock, but Icon is not giving it to him. And of course, Jet, the more that this goes on, the scarier it gets for Jezo, because he is now certainly within that Shoryuken death range.
Oh, yeah, not going to be that one. The aerial one, not quite as strong as that proxy grounded one, but now we're going to see, really interesting. He didn't go for the up throw here. That's definitely going to be killing at this percentage. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, wait, never mind. I didn't realize you were at 180%. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do to survive that one. Just one up most certainly going to do it. But Jezo is a bit battered and bruised right now, and Icon is certainly hunting for it. Obviously, Jezo just trying to get a little bit more damage, but it's a 1-2 tap right there.
1-2 Shoryu. And yeah, that is a classic, you know, position there. When your opponent comes back after losing their stock, and it's just like, okay, I'm just hunting for 1 kill confirm. I'm gonna wait for you to do some defensive option while I still have invincibility, and they just hunt it out. And Icon's very, very good at finding that. Right now, still finding more percent, 61% on Jezo, as Icon is still really far from death if the first stock is any indicator.
Yeah, I mean, he's just completely just dominate Jezo, and he's just trying to get all this damage going. And Jezo is really sort of struggling to find any kind of leeway in this, with Icon just kind of literally just charging in at times. Even
look at that mash.
Even the mash out the grab as well, which is so crucial against Wob. You know that Icon is familiar with it. So the up air is going to do it. This is where it gets a little bit scary, because we know that Wob has those 0 to death potentials, but certainly Jezo's got to play so carefully right now. No way.
No way, not again. Oh, the back air was so close to connecting. If that had hit, Jezo's probably taking this game, but now it's Icon coming back in, only getting the weak hit of the Shoryu because he got the end of that down tilt, but he's still hunting. We know it just takes one more jab, one more up tilt, possibly an up air to end this game off, Sma.
Yeah, you can see that Icon is really just taking his time here. He recognizes, okay, right, all I need, as you say, is that one touch just to kill you. But Jezo is also very familiar. He is keeping himself well away, but you can only run so far, Jet.
Wow, a back air, sealing it, and that is an option that we don't see a lot as the basic level 1 option from Ryu. But as the game progresses, as they get more familiar with the setups that Ryu is going to go for, it is an option that you can absolutely pull out to catch people jumping away, catching people who don't want to land, fight you on the ground where your strongest is Ryu. So good option there by Icon, using Ryu's above average airspeed to catch that.
All right, we're going into game 3, of course. You know, lovely best of 5, which means this is certainly not the end of it afterwards. We've still got so much more to see. And of course, to be honest, I think we're going to be in for a long haul with the way these two players are going at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jezo did take another game, but Icon has shown that he is in control of the base level of the game at this point, and it is on Jezo to make the big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw in that game too just how much the Icon had already downloaded. He was making those adaptations, and now, of course, it's just down to Jezo to do what he did in game 1 and see if he could get this game. Order starting off strong though, go get that grab, but you saw the mash again, Jet. He's so good with it.
It's so consistent. Like, the moment Icon gets grabbed, he is mashing as if his life depends on it, because it does.
It does, yes.
It definitely does. Oh, and another Shoryu. It's so difficult to like predict Icon's movement. A lot of times he'll wave bounce with that focus attack, get a lot of like movement mix-ups, as well as just not knowing when he's going to land. Sometimes he'll do the empty land, and you'll think that he's done, and then he'll just empty land jab, get you with a huge confirm, or spot dodge whatever anti-air option you're going for.
And it's absolutely crazy how kind of Icon always just seems to be in the exact right place at the right time. He's using these Dukens just to kind of, do a little bit of zoning when Jezo's keeping himself away. And then as soon as he's doing that, he is jumping in. He's using a down air. He's using the focus, or even just using Hadouken off stage.
Yeah, that Shaku, really good placement, getting a ton more percent, and already we see Icon up an entire stock here, and knowing that he just needs one more confirm, and there it is, up tilt into canceled up air Shoryu. What a way to get it done.
Oh, this is a real mountain to climb here for Jezo now. He has got to try and find not only this stock, but find himself in it. Obviously, Bob, his character, as we said before, can do it. But this is real tough when you know that Icon is hunting for all of his damage, 70% put on just through a series of up airs, which is still
he's
looking
still going for it. How do you land against this man? And there it is, another back air. We saw third game, same as the second. As we talked about it a little bit earlier, his movement is so precise.
Yeah.
Like, every single time he is positioned just in such a way that he's going to avoid the counter hits, as well as be able to punish the moment you swing out of disadvantage. The moment you try to do something a little bit risky, Icon is there, and he's going to hit you for it.
Yeah. A free stock in that game for as well. I mean,
I'm just saying, we talk about people who learn from the game. Icon is at the top of my list.
Absolutely. I mean, we were not exaggerating. We'd say that Icon is someone that is able to learn from his opponent, because every single game since that game 1 has just been more and more in Icon's favor. And I mean, you really can't ask for better than a free stock. But it's certainly not out yet. Jezo's got one more chance in this winner side against this titan of an opponent. But he's got to try and find a way through. Obviously, the focus as well going to be coming in quite handy. All these he's
got to find a way off this ledge.
Exactly.
Is what he's
all
got to
the
do.
Hadoukens were just keeping himself there.
Yeah, it's really difficult once an opponent has a read on your defensive options, because you're like, wait, I didn't even know that I was doing that, and you know that I'm doing this. How do I change up my game plan when I'm not even aware of the mistake? But man, right now, just the hunt in the corner is so good for Icon, who is just covering everything. But now, this is really good position for Jezo as he gets this up to, doesn't get the second hit of it. So unfortunate for them, and now going to die to the forward air as Icon tries to pick up the gyro. Third time's the charm.
You know what? I'll forgive them, because picking up that gyro is a tough challenge. Well, up there is one of the most difficult things in Ultimate.
Oh, man. You feel so dumb, too, because you're like, it should be so simple. Why can't I pick it up?
All right, Jezo again, a little bit of damage right now. Still Hunter, you can see he's trying to play around his gyro. Does get the grab into the berry, but almost as soon as he touched the ground, was already out of it.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. Now, Icon hunting for this 3-stock once again, trying to figure out the way he's going to get this stock. What do you think it's going to be, Sma?
At this point, I'm not even sure that Icon is going to actually fall to like a grab or anything like that. And so Jezo is going to have to surprise. He's going to have to start placing down these gyros. He's trying to get these back airs as well. He is going to get the grab here, and it's going to be the mash and into the up air. So he is going to do it, and of course, absolutely just go against what Isaac said entirely.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it gets it. And right now, just the Shaganetsu's really good pressure in the corner. Shield is usually not a great option for them, but we know that Jezo wanted to hang on to that gyro as long as possible. The moment he drops it, Icon is on the offensive, fighting back really strongly, and once again, finds himself in this exact same position in the corner, being trapped by Icon, who gets a couple. I don't know what he was cooking there, Sma, but it was spicy.
Oh, the movement from Icon. You can see that he's dancing around the stage right now, and it is just going to be an attack there, but the Fox finish. Jezo is still alive, but for how much longer, Jet?
Oh, man. We saw Icon go for an up throw on that gyro into a down air, and sure, you get out of shield, finishes it off. 3-1 for Icon. But Jezo taking the first game off
Exactly.
Icon this entire tournament, cannot overstate how difficult that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And
he
I mean,
so good.
Jezo is, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised to see this player make the deep run down and lose. It's a real sharp bit down there. But Jezo, I mean, a player of his caliber and how well he's been doing recently, I think he could certainly they'll still make that run, but it's going to just be a little bit longer, Jet.
Right. They have a couple opponents. It looks like they're projected to play against Curry Governor down in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
And James 102. So let's see if they could make a little bit of a run down there. I could definitely see it happening, but looking forward to more of them. But for now, it is Icon who moves on to play the winner of Orion and Lids. And that is a set that I do think is going to be on the stream at some point. I'm not sure if we're going to have them next, but I mean, Orion has been looking hot today. I don't know if you saw his earlier set versus the Snake. My God, Kodiak got blown up.
That's just how it be sometimes. Orion are just absolutely one of the European finest.
Yes.
And yeah, unfortunately, it's just sometimes that's how it goes. It's just you face
like
the best,
Orion
sometimes
just
you get clapped.
knows that matchup like the back of his hand. I swear, just every single time it was just he's doing the perfect option.
Yeah. And yeah, so I mean, Orion Lids, this is assuming this is going to be our next match, it is going to be a real interesting one. Lids are one of Scotland's finest, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I mean, playing Wario. So it's going to be an interesting. It's a scary position when you're facing against a coach.
Oh, and it looks like they have just marked that one up. We're not going to be doing that one. That's all right. There's plenty of other matches that can happen. I think we're going to have, I see another match marked here, Lancelot versus Streaks. That might be our next. Oh yeah, I see Streaks coming up.
Oh, baby.
So this is a set I've actually been looking forward to a lot.
Oh yeah.
Now tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about
me and you were talking about this a little bit earlier, but Lancelot Streaks. Oh my goodness, if you were ever a set to look forward to, it's this one. Streaks. Been a little bit absent from the scene lately. He's just been kind of doing his own thing, not been playing the game too much. But my goodness, if there's ever a player that can just basically rock up at any tournament and then just suddenly win it, it is Streaks. He is one of the coldest players.
I've heard these legends about Streaks where he'll show up after partying till 5 a.m. the next day, and he's just like, literally, I slept an hour. Here I am, makes top 8.
Makes top 8. Beats
who
all
is
his
this
demons.
man?
Yeah,
who is he?
That is the Streaks difference right there. He is absolutely just able to rock up, do amazing, and then basically go out the same night as well. But of course, his opponent is someone not to be slept on whatsoever. Lancelot coming up here with that Crom and that Roy. I was about to say Croy, and technically I wouldn't be wrong.
I mean, Croy is where it's at.
Croy is where it's at. But yes, absolutely been going on an absolute tear in brackets, and now in winner's side of top 64 as well. So been looking very strong. I'll be curious to see his bracket path, because I know it hasn't been an easy one today.
Yeah, I mean, his bracket path, like, if he wins this match, is against Bloom.
Yeah.
The winner of this match, unfortunately, does have to play that. That is, I believe, the fifth, 16, 17 seeds?
Yeah.
And, yeah, this is a tough position to be in, obviously, if you're fighting for your lives in the winner's bracket. But at the same time, one of them, has to beat the other to move on, and it gets you that much further in the loser's bracket if you do fall to Bloom. And
exactly that. I mean,
there's
honestly,
always the chance.
This is the thing, like, all of these players in top 64, obviously, yeah, Bloom is at the top right now. He is our #1 seed of this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And for good reason. He is an incredibly strong player that we've seen time and time again. But honestly, anyone in this top 64 could make that upset. It's happened before.
Wombat
it's rare.
took Bloom to Game 5.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Game
saying.
5.
Anything could happen.
We saw that even before top 64. There's always a chance. But we do have this first set. We see a lot of firsts out of Lancelot. Lancelot, very much somebody who farms his region. Finland is Lancelot's territory, and very rare to see him dropping any sets whatsoever there.
I mean, honestly, even just looking at those names as well, Mondi, Bielitz, and Houdini HD, all very strong players in their own right. This has not been an easy journey, but Streaks coming up here. You can see, even when he's absent, he's still getting these incredible placements. 17, a dose to secure.
Look at that. It's very clear that Streaks does not play a lot of, he doesn't do a lot of messing around.
Yeah.
He goes to big tournaments, and that's it.
Yeah.
We saw all of those tournaments for 200-plus entrance events, and Streaks knows when to show up, he knows when to show out, and he knows how to get the people going.
And not a single game drop today. All weekend,
Or yesterday.
3-0s. Or yesterday. You know, I keep forgetting this is a 3-day event. It's Sunday today. You think it's Saturday.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened on Friday. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
it's a blur.
I got here Friday night and I had no idea what happened on the first day. But you know, yesterday was all pools.
Yeah.
Today is the rest of the bracket, and this is where you really have to start proving yourself. Is a little bit of cheesing from Streaks. He knows he's got his work cut out for him, but you know that's not going to deter him. That's not the type of person he is.
And we're going to strap ourselves in for this. This is a definition of a hot set alert right now, as these two going to be very fast players. They're going to be charging, and we're in for a real treat, Jet.
I feel like this is some of that early Smash 4 action. Sorry, early Smash Ultimate action, where it's just both these players, you know, very like fundamental base characters. You know, they want to do things like ledge trapping, like corner carries, things that are just, all right, rinse, repeat. I'm not going to do anything too complicated, but I'm going to beat you with my simple neutral.
I mean, you can see that as well. Just Streaks was just keeping Lancelot at that ledge the entire time. And even though he'd be walking away, and then you just jump in and you keep it going. And that was so much damage just put on from simple ledge trapping.
And both these characters are like some of the best ledge trappers in the game, some of the best like at advantage state in general. So I'm not going to be surprised if we see a bit of a trade back and forth where one of them is going to get the other one in the corner and obliterate them like we saw there. I talked to Lancelot about this match a little bit before, and he said the biggest thing for him is it's a character that does not edge guard him. And we've seen, you know, he got out of the corner, he found one opening and carried it to the utmost.
Yeah, that is literally the thing about both characters, both Quam and Roy, is that once they're in and they make it known. I mean, literally, a complete turnaround. But oh my goodness, the up smash from Streaks. He's trying to get a little bit of something there with the side B, but the back air is going to seal it out, and just we're literally going toe to toe here. One takes each other at the ledge, and the other one just immediately retaliates.
I don't think I've ever seen that up smash as a coverage of the returning down
No, never.
up B. Like, it's very clear that these players have some things figured out for this matchup. As you know, this is one of the nice things about this format is you have a decent amount of time between your first match and your second match of the day. There's an hour in between the sets. So they definitely both had some time to prepare, think about the matchups a little bit, and think about their options.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it, and hit the nail on the head. You know, and these two, they certainly do their homework. You know, Streaks, yeah, okay, he does like to go out and party. He's not always been the most, there, in terms of coming to tournaments. But certainly, I mean, once he's in a bracket, he's locked in, and this is certainly what we're seeing right now from Streaks. He's at one stock up, but it's a very narrow one, Jet.
Yeah, I really like that. You know, we talked to, I said a little bit earlier how Lancelot doesn't like when people edge guard him. Streaks found that neutral air. When it's in the right position, Fox can sometimes go off stage a little bit and contest you.
Yeah, you can see just Lancelot just going for a lot of those neutral airs, just kind of get a little bit of space and get something going. But the upbeat is cancelled out there, and Streaks is finding those up tilts. That's going to be a bit of damage into that forward tilt. And now, of course, Lancelot is on the ledge, and you know what Streaks can do.
Yeah, your opponent's on the ledge, you know the vibes. Back air, back air, back air.
Of course, we did see Lancelot was able to just immediately get out of that ledge situation, which is so fortunate for him. But Streaks still kind of just playing it out. You can see him jumping around. He's looking for something like this neutral air just to end this game outright.
Yeah, this is prime Nair up smash percent for Fox. We know if he just finds that one opening, he's going to make the most of it. Nair and down air, both notably things that we could look for, but, oh, okay. Good up B, getting himself out of trouble, returning back into the advantage state, and now Lancelot just needs one more jab, one more big hit, Sma.
Yeah, and that's what we're coming down to. I think that's the big hit that we needed, and Lancelot literally finding the back air there to seal it all up. Take himself one game up, but my goodness, what a close game that was. It came down to, quite literally, if Streaks could find that one little confirm, like the neutral air, maybe even something like a back air or something, or if Lancelot could just get one swing of his strongest moves like we saw there.
Yeah, and a lot of that was just really the story of how bad it is to be in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, most of the times, the stocks were not by raw hits. We saw, like, one kill from raw hit in the center stage, but basically every single time it's like, oh, you got put in the corner, take a bunch of percent, and then eventually die. And Lancelot was so good at catching that 2-frame with the jab into the back air. It's an incredible confirm against Fox, which means you have to be so careful about your recovery as Streaks.
I can certainly think as well that Lancelot in that previous game was sort of catching on to the fact that obviously Streaks was he was bouncing up a lot. He was using a lot of his double jumps. And in the end, that's what Lancelot just caught onto, able to catch him out with that back air. So I think Streaks going to have to definitely sort of play around, not make himself, as predictable potentially in game one. Certainly through as we saw in that end of that game one.
Yeah, and that's a really good point that you're calling out is the double jumps. Streaks uses that a lot positionally, not even just aggressively. He's just going to be using it to try to fake out an approach, but at the same time, when you use it predictably, when your opponent sees exactly what they're going for, it's really, really exploitable. But right now, I mean, speaking of exploitable, Lancelot has just found his entire neutral game exploited as Streaks 0% so far, finally finding that down air confirm and 23% basically untouched on Streaks after that last game. What do you think about this new adaptation from Streaks?
Yeah, I mean, already the first thing I'm noticing, Jet, is he's not really jumping all that much, actually. I don't know if he heard us or something, but he has been keeping himself fairly grounded, just going for these short hops, these grabs, everything like that. And Lancelot is going a bit like, hang on, this is not like how it went in game one. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more patience from Streaks, who is reacting a lot more instead of proactively shooting. And I think that Lancelot has been the one who throws out aerials first, and that has been his downfall for this beginning of the game.
Jet starting to retaliate a little bit, but Streaks is holding on firm and not wanting to lose that stock. It is gone off stage, but what can Lancelot do? He goes for that neutral B, but I love the retreat as well, then just forward tilt just to smack Streaks away. Yeah,
catching that neutral get up. A lot of times after you retreat back a little bit, your opponent will think it's safe to come back on stage, and that's exactly when you strike. Lancelot making great usage of that position, of that dish joint. But now it's back to basically even. Oh, air F smash attempted by Streaks. I'm not sure if that was a misinput or not, but usually you can go for like a dash attack follow up there. Okay, Streaks trying to get something going here, but that's scary. That's real scary, getting jabbed on the ledge, even at that sort of percentage. Lancelot dives off stage as well to try and catch Streaks, but he's going to make it back safely. Streaks still just hunting with his up smashes, but Hugo has ramped up into another gear, but then, of course, the neutral air, as always, Jet. That is a big difference that we saw between the first game and this one. Is just Streaks has been able to find his kill confirms.
Yeah.
Got 2 kill confirms, the ones that I mentioned earlier, that neutral air and down air, both confirming into the up smash at those prime percentages. So good work by Streaks there, but now that lead he had is sort of been evaporating. Lancelot has been adapting to Streaks playing a little bit more patiently and has been playing a little bit more patiently himself. This is something that we see adaptation-wise over the course of a game a lot, where eventually one player decides that they don't need to swing first, and the other player is like, well, I don't need to swing first either. And then suddenly you're in a position where whoever takes the most space wins, and Streaks finding a kill off the top there, Spa.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that, we saw that Streaks was just playing, as you said, so defensively. I mean, barely even touched Lancelot there. I think it did about sort of 8% in total of all that free damage he got. But then, of course, it was just because of that. If you make one mistake, one opening, then that up B would certainly come out and strike.
Yeah, and a little bit of a misinput there. Forward smash in neutral could spell a lot of percent for Lancelot, who finds himself at disadvantage. Good trade, though. And now, but Lancelot's in the corner. This is where Streaks has done so much work. And now, how does he get the ledge trap? Gets the dash attack into the back air. So good. That meaty dash attack, term I'm borrowing from Street Fighter. You get the late hits of it. It's a lot easier to confirm into the back air. Whereas if you get the early hits, you don't quite have as many frame advantage.
Absolutely lovely stuff there, man. Again, it's just that premier ledge trapping as always. I mean, I just love the way that Streaks is able to just weave himself back, and then other times he'll just stay there. So if you jump, he's catching you with that neutral air. If you roll get up, then of course he's going to just retaliate anyway. He's just always in perfect position to make sure you stay at that ledge for the rest of your life.
Yes, and the rest of your life, however short it may be, as Streaks ended up finding that kill really well, and really good confirm here. 45% and keeps it going with some corner pressure. Let's see how good this ledge trapping is. Does get an F tilt into a dash attack nair. Good percentage, but now we're back into that neutral, that game where Lancelot has shown to be very proficient if you give him the time and the space, but at the same time, Streaks is giving him nothing, no time, no space. It's off to space with you.
I mean, again, just Streaks. I was just about to praise you as well, because the up smash on the upbeats are always so nice, and then that happens, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things you got to have a short-term memory for. It's like, okay, I lost that stock, that's okay, we move.
We move. I mean, it's still, Streak's still playing nice, and Lancelot, obviously going to certainly take that. He lost an early stock, but, also gained an early stock. So, even game.
Absolutely, and finding some good pressure. Look at this vertical advantage for Streaks. He is just using these short hops to bait out movement by Chrom, who, does not have the ability to mix up his position too well without using the B moves, and we haven't noticed Streaks using the wave bounce, neutral B, or side B in the air to try to mix up his landing. I'm interested to see. Oh, wow, Lancelot, early stock here. Oh, that's a good way to end it early.
Spent the entire book of his life there. Oh my goodness, literally was in Streak's head. Said, roll in, I'm waiting for you. I've done this all game. I know you're going to do it now. Absolutely huge forward smash there, and Lancelot suddenly looking real nice. Obviously, he's still at a very high percentage, though. Is able to make it back here, but you got to get past the Streaks ledge trap, which he does with those neutral airs, which have been so nice the entire set, Jet.
Wow, not only does he make it past the ledge trap, he finds one of his own, corner carrying all the way over to the other side of the stage, and this is, such a huge position. Tries to go for the 2-frame with the neutral B, but keeps the pressure going. Really good neutral air out of the corner, managing to find something, but Streaks still needs to find another huge hit for the kill. We're not seeing the confirms into the up smash. A parry there, but it does not matter as Lancelot once again finding his way up this ledge. Oh, wow. Long terms, shields here. Still nothing all the way up into that 169%, almost an up throw kill range, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, literally, both these players have just been dancing around each other, literally bouncing all around these shields. But it's Lancelot finding that forward tilt. It's a false finish. He's not going to die just yet. But oh my goodness, the neutral B finally lands. He's been doing it at the ledge every single time and just waiting for Streaks to fall into it just once.
Yeah, we've seen Streaks go for a lot of the non-two-frameable side B is the one. There's a specific positioning Light uses a lot where you can basically warp to the ledge and have very little frames of vulnerability. But that time didn't quite hit it, and Lancelot punishes it with a perfectly timed 2-frame. And now Lancelot up 2-1 over Streaks. And this could be a big W for Lancelot if he's able to make it through.
Yeah, I know this is the kind of opponent that Lancelot will be absolutely ecstatic to take down, because Streaks is just, he's an absolute wild card. You don't know what kind of player you're going to be facing at any given moment. And certainly you would just want to get this set out the way. But here comes the Lancelot ledge trapping once again.
The Lancelot ledge trapping, absolutely. I mean, it seems like both these players have something huge going, but the one who's getting the kills out of it is Lancelot when you're in the corner.
Okay, nice stall with the way. Oh, you know what? It was a nice stall, but unfortunately, you're just going to get dunked into the abyss below.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you stall, because the startup for that up B is so long, it's very easily reactable. Be careful here. Oh, did not get the suck off. That's one thing you cannot avoid every single time. Sometimes you just are in the wrong position, and Chrom sucks you off, gets you killed right in the corner.
Lancelot going on the complete aggression right now, just diving off stage, not even keeping up ledge traps sometimes. He is happy to actually just dive off stage, say, you know what, I want to take this win now, Jet.
Don't want to stop, don't want to quit. Oh, wow. A jab into back air, good positioning. Once again, going for that 2-frame, not going to hit it, and this is still just a massive commanding position for Lancelot, who is moving, grooving, and finding his way into another ledge trap, into another fair. This could be a 3-star. Oh, no, not now. He's not making this one back.
That. No way you're making it back, unfortunately, Chrom. But, I mean, Lancelot right now is 2 stocks up. I mean, that was his first stock he lost. Streaks has got to absolutely just play his heart out right now. He needs to find the energy to keep this going, because otherwise Lancelot is going to keep up this domination. We do get a little bit of something going there, but the forward smash, I mean, it was a little bit risky to do, unfortunately.
I feel like that might have been a dash tag.
Yeah.
A misinput dash tag. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Okay, Lancelot is off stage, but again, I feel like he's been reacting to Streaks' ledge trapping there and just gets past it, no damage even taken. And now this is literally, it's just Lancelot's game to win. He just needs to find the hits. You know, if Streaks will even let him, you can see he's trying to play around all of Lancelot's movements. The up smash does take it, and suddenly, Jet, we're down to that last stock, only 45% on Streaks right now.
Yeah, huge find for Streaks there, but he does have to find his way out of the corner. He does so, and once again, we see a turnaround. A reversal could be so big for Streaks, who gets an up tilt chain into the forward tilt, keeps it going, trying to find the defensive option for Lancelot, who gets a parry, and now the shoe is on the other foot. Lancelot putting pressure on Streaks, once again returning back. This is so back and forth. It's anybody's game. Every hit could lead to the end, but still, they are fighting this neutral so well right now, Sma.
Every single person in this venue right now has got their eyes on this game as Streaks is about to potentially make a huge comeback. And the up smash is gonna do it! And Streaks comes back from behind to take game 3.
Damn. Damn.
He was down 3 stocks, Jet. He was down that much, and he still locks in.
He kind of raw for that one. He just came out of nowhere. Like, I was like, oh, there's no way he's going to go contest that. And he just runs directly into the face of death, stares death in the eyes, and says, nah, I'm a backflip on you. See ya.
Streaks, oh my goodness, that's the definition. So here we go, we are going to this next game here. Lancelot obviously gonna wanting to try and take this win once more, but with Streaks, that kind of momentum, Jet. Oh, we'll have to see what happens.
I mean, Streaks definitely seems like a momentum-based player. Once he finds that opening, he tries to carry it as far as possible, and this momentum is carrying into this next game. Already starting off well, the parry into the up tilt, such a perfect option for your opponent attacking the back of your shield. And this is looking so good for Streaks, but we've seen what Lancelot can do when you give him any opportunity like this, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this entire matchup is just keep up your advantage state until the bitter end. But my goodness, Lancelot with the absolute chase down the sentry there, shaking into the Streaks all the way up. With the upbeat, oh no!
My God, the attempted counterplay to ride the wall super hard, not get countered, but does fall to the PS2 Pineapple, and that's not where you want to be if you're Streaks. Oh, really? What an air dodge. Go drifting all the way to the ledge there, knowing he couldn't be punished. I really like that play, but Streaks, once again, an up smash to seal the stock. This is looking like up smash city for Streaks.
Yeah, I mean, again, even when early loss, oh my goodness, Streaks, where are you going? The counter comes out, but Streaks is still going to make it back. Another one, but it just faces through it this time, Jet.
Both of these players just magically going through their opponent's edge guard, and this is so lucky for Streaks that he was able to make that back, and so lucky for Lancelot that Streaks picked the wrong angle to go for that fastball in there.
Hey, again, you can see Streaks just trying to get something going, a little bit of a poke, but Lancelot is just playing around his opponent right now, just using these strong aerials to get around him. But Streaks finally grabs, get a little bit of something to wait as well on the platform. Not going to go into too much damage. It's the neutral beam, but it's not a stock yet, Jet.
Yeah, but this could be really good avoidance with that and managing to get out of the corner. There's been so many reversals from the corner so far this set, and now Streaks finds another opening, gets that dash stack, and gets the drag jab. He doesn't get the jab block, but it doesn't matter. Catches the get up with the up smash, and that's 2 up smashes already this game. We might see a third for this if Streaks can find it.
I mean, who needs to lock their opponent, you know? Just do it anyway. Why not? And Streaks is going to get all this free damage here, but you know Lancelot is hunting for this right now. He needs to take this stock now. The up tilts come out. This is going to be a fair bit of damage. The forward tilt again.
Yeah,
the weight as well into the back air. 70% on Lancelot.
Oh, and this corner pressure is very suffocating. Once again, getting a reversal out of it, though, as Lancelot finds the stock, and we've seen how quickly these stocks can blow up on Streaks' side. If Lancelot finds his hands on you, gets a couple sword swipes, but now he's the one in the corner. Lancelot in danger.
Yeah, he needs to start finding his hits, but he does a little bit here. I mean, this is still scary for Streaks here. We know what Com's damage potential is, and if Streaks is not careful, then he can absolutely lose it. He needs to make sure that he's not caught too much. We all got to the ledge there. Streaks waits it out. And, oh my goodness, the down there as well, just to stop all momentum in the air.
Oh man, he just whipped that back air. He went for jab back air, and somehow a downer came out, but the up air
not
is
enough.
Not gonna do it. And a back air. Oh, he's in such bad position.
Where are you going? Is that it? Who's going to die first?
No!
And Streaks does it.
How does he do it? He stayed alive. He knew. He nodded his head because it was perfectly calculated. He never had a doubt in his damn mind. What a set. What a finish.
Absolutely ludicrous stuff from Streaks. When we say that this man locks in, we goddamn mean it, Jets.
Man runs off. He's got to go to the bathroom or something. What the hell was that?
He's gone. It's like I'm still curing this hangover right now.
God damn.
Coldest player in the venue. My goodness, I thought this.
Bro
I thought
went
this event
7 miles down for a neutral air as Fox, knowing that he has no chance in the world of making that back.
Absolutely ludicrous. Literally, it came down to just whoever died first, and you saw last night. He was just like, so close, and it was, but Streaks again just clutching up when it needs to be done.
Bro,
like I said, this event was quite warm, but that gameplay was cold from the Streaks side. What can I say? My goodness.
Oh, I feel so bad for Lancelot there because that jab back air.
Yeah,
he whipped the
that was it
on a down air.
And
it's brutal. It's brutal to think of that as like a player, but that's something that you really have to like be able to move on past. Like you have to think about, okay, I made a mistake. You know, I didn't input correctly, but like think about where I was.
Yeah.
I did everything else right.
Yeah.
One small thing does not mean that I cannot make a huge losers run. That was winner's bracket. Still has a good chance to shake it off and keep this momentum going.
Exactly, and honestly, the way that Lancelot started off that set as well was so incredibly it was tight-knit gameplay, and so I feel like if he's able to carry on that gameplay into the losers bracket, where yes, it's scary down there, but the way he's playing, he's still,
the way he's playing, he's going to beat every single person he finds down there.
Absolutely. I mean, you've unleashed a monster down there, Streaks. What can I say?
Oh, Lancelot Sesko actually going to be a hot set.
That's really interesting.
Sesko taking it over Lucrecio in the last round and moving on to fight Lancelot. That'll be a big battle.
That will be an absolutely massive one. But you know what? We're going to keep ticking along in the winner's side of brackets. I mean, already this bracket is starting to fill up a little bit. Top 32 already looking quite interesting. Of course, we've got our sort of mainstays like Modsai.
Big Modsai fan, just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shanique Flo is another match that is potentially happening here. The winner of Bloom Forever and Giggles versus Streaks, who we just saw. Icon versus the winner of Orion and Lids, so likely to be Orion. And then Tarek versus Modsai. Yeah, if he manages to take out Elite Tweet. Elite Tweet, what a name.
And we were talking about this upstairs. I do really hope that Tarek Modsai happens. So,
I think we might get it.
We might get it.
I'm praying really for it. I'm a big Modsai fan. I'm a big Tarek fan. And yeah, I think that would be an incredible set to watch.
Yeah. Well, if it happens, we'll get to it because there's a little bit of story there, a little bit of lore.
A little bit of lore in the background.
But
ooh,
you know,
spicy.
we'll only talk about it if it happens. If not, we'll pass
True.
it over to whoever takes over from us afterwards. So, but
Yeah,
regardless, we are ticking along here in winner's side of top 64 across.
True.
If you're not tuning into all of the streams right now, because we have got not only this stream, we have got Team Regen 2 as well, and SSM Team bring you all of the
Is SSM
sets.
Team the quad?
That is the quad stream, yes.
For sure.
There are so many sets, so much action happening today, so make sure you are locked in for all of Regen. And of course, the more that we dive in, the more players knocked out, the more it just keeps stacking up. This is already looking like top 16, top 8 are going to be very, very interesting. We can't even call who we think is going to be there because I'm looking at the bracket right now.
There's a lot of potential like upsets and a lot of sets that'll just like go the other way regardless of seeds. So
like
we'll see.
I'm staring at this Bloom Forever Giggles set and I'm curious because I know Giggles is possibly the most how can I describe Giggles? It can go one of two ways because Giggles, yes, he is He's rather famous for losing very early in winners and then going on a huge run in losers. For example, so at New Year 3, in this very building, Giggles lost in losers round 2. He then made the run all the way
Winners
to
round
top
2.
4. Yes, winners round 2, he lost. Made the run all the way to top 4 of that bracket, and it was I think easily a 300 plus event if I remember correctly.
That's
it was
a lot of
about
sets.
a 13 set record that he went on. And so Giggles, I mean, the fact it is in winner's side. Oh, we've just actually had a live result come in, and you know what?
Bloom
I mean,
does
it's gone the
take
other way
that,
than I thought.
yeah.
Blue forever. I mean, free hope. What can I say? It's
Absolutely. Well, while we're sitting here shooting the shit, why don't you guys take a quick moment to check us out on our social media? You can see Sma at Sma is here, and myself at Jet SSB. It does help us out a lot as casters if you do give us a quick follow. So please do check us out on Twitter or whatever it's called nowadays.
Oh yeah, Twitter or X or whatever. And sorry, Jet.
Yeah.
There's a big old DQ name next to Streaks.
What?
Ha! Ha!
I saw him run out of the building.
Oh no!
Did he just swag on Lancelot and then dip? I can't tell if that's gangster or disrespectful. It might be both. It might be both.
Is it cold? Oh no! Yeah.
He gone?
I guess.
Bro's gone.
He literally got a reverse VO and then dipped. You have to wonder if maybe he just didn't want to fight Blue, or if I'm going to assume it's probably something else. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. I mean,
I don't know.
That's questions.
Your guess is better than mine.
Okay.
I don't know the man that well.
Well,
all I know is that I was drinking with him last night and we were having a good time.
Yeah, it was a great night. Great night. Okay, regardless, we are looking in for our next set, and I do see, I believe, Shanique going to be sitting down here.
Yeah, Shanique versus Flo.
Yes. Which is a very interesting set, actually, because Shanique he's had experience of playing against Friendship before. He's faced Neros, I believe, holding a record over him. So experience with kind of it, and has traveled a little bit as well. Of course, Shanique are going to be piloting either that Inkling or that Aegis, if I remember correctly. But curious to see which one would go. Probably the Inkling, if I had to guess. But it could be either way. Of course, against Flo, though, one of the most seasoned travelers. And I'd be very, very curious to see his path come out when we do get there. Because, I mean, it's been a long one for Flo, but he's a player that I would expect to make a deep, deep run into this bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the only players left for the UK in this side of top 64. There are 2 top 64 brackets that I've been looking at, so toggling between the two of them, checking them out. But yeah, Giggles did manage to fall. And wrong one.
But there you go. I mean, you can see it right now. Shanique, obviously, with a huge run. Obviously, been playing a fair bit at eBay games as well, but it was that massive run at King of Fields, which really cemented him up there. But it's just been clean gameplay all day. It's been the 3-0 Adventure, 3-1 over Toka Sentai, and 3 over Sesko and Frey as well. I mean, Sesko, a real tough opponent. But Flo, I mean, you see these results, Jet.
Yeah, Flo's been doing really well in a very, very difficult region. France is incredibly strong as a region. There are so many good players there. I would not be surprised to see Flo make a huge bracket run here. And oh my God, I guess we're not going to see Tarek versus Madzai as Elite Tweet.
Oh my goodness,
Tarek. 3-2, game 5.
And this is what we're saying about the losers bracket now being a complete just shock pit. I mean, now you've got Tarek down there as well, someone who actually, my kind of personal sort of predictions for top 8.
Yeah.
I had him in winner's side, to be honest. The way I saw Tarek playing a SmashCon especially, I was thinking, there's not going to be much to stop this guy right now. He's on a tear.
Who does Elite Tweet play? I have never heard of
Falco, which is even more interesting, actually.
That's a reasonable matchup for against Greninja. So it's pretty. They kind of fuck each other up.
Yeah,
is the way I like to describe that one. They're just very, very explosive characters. Have really good early kill confirms on both sides. Good edge guarding for Greninja. Really good ledge trapping for Falco. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and we're also seeing now as well, quite interestingly, apparently there is a history of Shanique and Flo playing. Apparently it was a 3-2 to Shanique at VCA 2022.
Wow, that is a bit of time ago.
Yeah,
and that is where I met you.
Yeah, that is, yes.
Yeah.
That was the first time we met.
That was the first time we met.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yes, so apparently there is at least a 1-0 record in Shanique's favor, apparently. So we have to see if this carries on. Obviously, like I said, it was an entire year ago, though.
Yeah, so a lot of opportunity for growth on both sides.
That's like players, improve, they adapt, they learn from their gameplay, and I feel like Flo especially is someone that is really, he learns from every single loss. He's had some times where his runs have not gone his way, and what he immediately does, he's kind of disappointed on day. The very next day, though, he's VOD reviewing, he's learning, he's saying that is never happening again.
I'm not sure how confirmed this is, but in chat, people have been saying that Streaks went to go watch Street Fighter Top 8.
Oh, that's totally what happened. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, they've been talking about doing it all day. That's absolutely... I hate Streaks, man.
I can't say I'm not disappointed.
I'm very disappointed. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see more Streaks. I wanted to see that Blue Pharaoh Streak set, but yeah, I mean, I guess Streaks was going, you know what? I'd rather not fight the top seed. But Street Fighter Top 8, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, then.
He's prioritizing.
All right. But that is not the match we have in front of us.
Dear.
We have Shanique versus Flo.
Yeah.
A little bit of conversations here. I think they're just, getting their control set up, getting ready to choose the stage. But, I mean, so, like you said, one match of history, but a lot of time in between. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Actually, honestly, I can't really call it. If I had to make a just very out there guess, I would put it in favor of Flo right now. Because I think this is a player who really does just learn from it. Learns from every loss. And I know that even this one, he would have gone away and looked at and thought about, okay, what do I need to do? And honestly, I think it's going to be a very close one. I could see this easily going to Game 5 again. But we'll have to see. I mean, Shanique is just such a consistent player, always making these deep runs to the bracket. So we have to see if it happens again. Already, I mean, we saw the bracket path from both these players today. It's barely been games dropped, all of winner's side.
Yep. Both these players worked really, really hard to get here. And, honestly, they didn't seem to struggle. Like, they worked hard, but even then, people weren't making them, weren't really taking them to the brink. Now it's going to be the opportunity for both of these players to be tested to the utmost in this winner's quarterfinal match of this. I mean, I guess it's not technically winner's quarterfinals, but it's the round of top 32, as they're going to have to fight each other, try to figure out who can take the next set and move on to fight the winner of Elite Tweet and Manzai.
Yeah, and as I thought, Shanique has gone for that Inkling, at least initially. This is not a character that we see too much these days. There's not a whole lot of Inklings. And so we'll have to see what Flo remembers about this matchup. It was certainly, I mean, Inkling was a very popular game character around the beginning of Ultimate. But, we'll have to see what he remembers about this matchup and if he can, just stop the quick combos that Inkling can do. Certainly doing a good job there with that neutral air just floating into that forward air and get a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I do feel like even though Inkling is a character that was very popular early on in Ultimate, it's sort of like the opposite now. We almost see 0 Inklings at the high level. So I'm interested to see if the experience is still there for Flo, or if this is going to be something where he's going to be a little bit uncomfortable in it. As nice catch and gets the splat bomb, but unfortunately sends the wrong direction. Always sucks when you have a projectile off stage. You're like, oh, I've hit my opponent. Oh, they should die, and they just get sent back in.
It's so goofy as well because I mean, you chuck it in a certain direction. You would think physics would dictate that you would be sent flying the same way that the bomb was thrown. But
no. The explosion happened behind him, so he got sent this way.
That's how it goes. Sometimes it really is very unfortunate. But you know what? Just smack him. Just smack him with the gun there and take away that stock.
Yeah, forward tilt getting the job done. Really good usage of the splat bomb and just sort of mixing up what Flo was going to go for recovery-wise. Getting off the ledge. A little difficult versus Inkling if they have that splat bomb set up. But right now, the up airs are good and really good. Reset of the combo doesn't keep it going. Flo is able to find his way back on the ground. And now we're back into neutral. Both these players sort of slapping back and forth. Not really finding any big advantage state just yet. But this is the first opportunity for a ledge trap, and suddenly it's turned around, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally, this is why we think this is going to be such an even game. But you know what's so inevitable with Jet? That side B coming out and destroying stocks there. And Flo taking that quite nicely. Only 75% as well. It's a fairly high amount, but certainly not impossible. And Shanique's got to get something going here. Does a lot of forward airs to connect there. 47 put onto Shanique, who's still hunting for the stock. Obviously, Bowler could come out and seal it up, but Flo is quite happy to make sure that never happens if you just completely smother your opponent.
Yeah, really good pressure by Flo, but once again, Shanique finds a reasonably good edge guard and just gets the stock. But, I mean, down 113% against a player like Flo, that's basically a death knell. Jab back air, efficient kills, and Flo moves up to 1-0 in this set count. Still, though, definitely signs of life from Shanique. We saw some really good edge guards. We saw a couple of, just ledge trapping and a couple advantage states carried super, super well from Shanique. So I want to see more of that and figure out the defensive play a little bit. That was where I think Flo took advantage of their defensive habits and got some good early kills. So, yeah, clean that one thing up, and I feel like Shanique could be taking this game.
Absolutely. Very, very nice stuff there. Of course, Shanique, did get a little bit kind of, bopped in that last stop, but certainly was keeping it nice and close in between. So I have to see what he can do here. Obviously, now Flo obviously getting caught a little bit by these neutralizers. Just a strong combo game that, Inkling has. Going to immediately interrupt that with that up B, though.
Yeah, good positioning here for Flo. We've seen a lot of it back and forth in this game right now, but Flo is the one who has sort of taken the final, the driver's seat here. But, okay, really good read there, and just resets once again. The 3P reset, 3 reads in a row. Unheard of.
I love that as well. Just going for that side B, stopping it short, waiting for Shanique to move, and then to follow it up with that forward tilt. So nice from Flo there. Of course, got to be careful there. Getting close to that death from the hoo-ha, the booyah even.
Yeah, the booyah hoo-ha. Yeah, doesn't matter as weak up air combos into strong up tilt. So now Flo in advantage for stock-wise, but it's still, I don't know, you really have to find the stock right now if you're Shanique, because we've seen what Flo can do. If you give him an inch, he will take a mile and your whole stock. Back air, just barely enough, and Shanique, a lot better getting that kill a little bit earlier, and now finding his way back in this game. Doesn't get the reset on the platform. Unfortunate, as that would have been a lot more percent.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you definitely, as a character like Inkling, wants to be getting these grabs, wants to be getting the damage going, and yeah, unfortunate for Shanique, just not able to find a reset, as you said, but, still get a little bit of something going. The bomb coming in quite handy there, a little bit more chip damage, and I love the kind of patience from Shanique as well, so weaving in, get a little bit of damage, then just stopping, waiting for Flo to do something, then carrying it on, and this stock has been really, really nice catching the bomb catch as well. Flo off stage, he doesn't have a jump, that is just it, Jet.
Wow, these splat bombs have been immaculate, just covering everything that Flo wants to do in the corner and more. It's just so suffocating. That's the thing I was talking about this lack of experience against Inkling. I wasn't sure how much Flo knows this matchup, but it feels like with the way splat bombs have been handling him, it's not a lot.
Okay, and now it is down to Shanique to get as much damage as possible. He's been given a chance here, but boy, has certainly got that kill potential. You see Flo is looking for it to jabs at the ledge, because if one of those hits, Jet, that is just going to be connected to back air, and your stock will be obliterated.
Yeah, but that time it's the weak hit of the back air, and it's just still, oh man, Shanique is staying alive here, doing a lot better defensively, but finally, yeah, that's one of those things where getting off the ledge with a get-up attack is so risky, because if your opponent is ready for it, it's the death knell for sure. But at the same time, you can use it to completely reversal a situation. So occasionally, you want to throw that one in as a mix-up, but when they're ready, it's death.
Exactly that. And I mean, the way Flo was playing as well, I mean, you saw he barely got touched. Even when Shanique had all that advantage, all that such a strong lead, Flo was just like, I'm making sure that I kill you as quickly as possible without even getting touched there.
Oh, and this could be it. Jab, F smash. What a way to turn that around, as Flo is pumped up after that. We see a little bit of, let's go.
He's a very emotional player. And when he gets those kind of wins as well, he absolutely feels it. I know he wants to take this win so bad. He does not want to dive down into the loser's bracket. And now, of course, 2-0 up. 1 game away from potentially getting into that winner's side.
Yeah, getting into that winner's side, top 16 would be huge for Flo. Just one more win, and then you're into top 8. I mean, that's everybody's going to be fighting for that. And I know Flo, a lot of pride here. A player that cares a lot about his results. He's a very studious player, trying to work really hard to make sure that, all of the work he puts in pays off. And I'm really liking how he's playing here. That was staying cool, calm, and collected under pressure as, he was so far down, still had the cojones to keep that crazy that crazy sequence going where he got 3 reads in a row, and then finally at the end, getting that 1 read, getting that kill. Sma, great pressure here from Flo.
Yeah, I mean, literally already starting off. We have literally only just begun the game, and it's 55% put on Sheik. Flo is looking so strong here. But, of course, it can all change in a moment. And once Inkling gets going, which is what we're certainly seeing, I love that back hit as well. Sending Flo off stage, not able to get anything too much else off it, but a little bit of damage into that splash shot as well.
Yeah, this is the position we saw earlier where Shanique sort of finds like a couple big opportunities, but it's very back and forth when they're getting the kills or not. Like, we still need to see. Oh, what was that? Was that a taunt?
I think.
How did he die?
Yeah, wait.
Wait, what?
Wait, what happened?
I was looking over at Shanique.
I was looking at Shanique as well. We were trying to work out if that was a taunt or not.
Does Inkling's taunt power up their forward?
Does it just make opponents explode? What happened? Okay, well. Shanique's certainly going to take that, and yeah, so Flo goes down at the stock there, and this is, of course, now all 3 damage, but as we saw before, Jet, we know what can happen if Flo is able to find his way in. Obviously, Shanique is now just trying to play around her, keeping that shield up, and then, of course, into Rapid Jab as well, doing a lot of damage there.
Yeah, Rapid Jab's so good. One of the best Rapid Jabs in the game, as you just cover your opponent in ink, makes your stuff deal a little bit more damage, and Flo's been falling a lot to it, been spot dodging a lot, and I think Shanique has been figuring that out. But oh my God, what a way to get it going, and could have even gotten a back air there.
Yeah, I mean, just the catch with that downer as well, just to spring Shanique up was so nice for Flo, and suddenly this again has completely reversed in Flo's favor. And he does get a little bit of the side B, but it's not going to connect much. But that forward tilt just makes Shanique explode there.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate TI for Shanique. The dashback TI is not what you want to have in general, but man, Flo has been so good when he's been down. It's just every single time Shanique has one opening, one opportunity, Flo is just like, you know what? I don't care how far ahead you are. I'm still going hard in the paint. And oh, okay. Yeah, speaking of paint, that up smash covers you, sends you up, and this is still very doable from Shanique, who has shown the wherewithal to get early stocks, to get a lot of things when under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, as we said before, Inkling does certainly have that combo potential, can get this damage going. I mean, we're already starting to see it build up. Flo needs to dig in deep here, needs to find that stock as quickly as possible for things to spiral out of control. Dives off stage, tries to go off stage as well to connect it, because obviously Flo did need to use his jump there, but Flo was able to make it back safely.
Yeah, very lucky for Flo, but down air into up smash, and now we are back into dead even. We know Shanique has a couple kill confirm setups, but right now, Flo is the one who's just a little bit more consistent.
That's
but
it.
The roller will definitely do it. A little charge on the yes smash, and that paintbrush pops out. First game taken by Shanique as Flo finally didn't clutch up. I mean, Flo was clutching every situation there.
Nah, and finally Shanique getting one on the board there. I love it as well. Kind of almost learning from his opponent, going for that down air to up smash. I mean, that's the kind of thing that Void might do. So.
Yeah. Love to see it. But, I mean, eventually something worked out.
Yeah.
The first roller of the set.
Yes. So we hadn't been seeing it too much, but, I mean, just at the end there, came in at the perfect time to just seal up that game. Now, of course, with one on the board, we'll see what Shanique can do. But Flo is still in a favorable position here, still only one away from taking it. Just needs to take this game if Shanique will let him.
Yeah, I like the thing that Shanique did last game where uses the roller super sparingly, but it's always on your opponent's mind, right? Like just having that potential for the roller to be there is really, really scary because you know that they can just at any point pull it out and you might have to react almost instantly.
Okay, these up airs coming out from Flo, getting a little bit of damage, just really kind of playing around. Love the aerial movement as well. Obviously, the weight there, of course, did see the bomb come out, so just going to keep that shield up. The side beat as well, just doing, I mean, Flo is just there to catch every single way that Shanique was moving. It was just clean gameplay to seal it up with that back air as well.
Yeah, really good awareness there by Flo to get that kill confirmed off the jab, and now they are ahead but we've seen Shanique's ability to come from behind. If they just are given a couple openings, they will take it really, really far. But right now, Flo is not giving them any openings whatsoever, almost slapping in percent as another back air off stage goes for an even deeper one. Flo is just not stopping this aggression here, Smaw.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally saying, you know what, I had my game 3 robbed from me, Jet. I am sealing this up here and now. I'm not letting what happened in game 3 ever happen again. Oh, the delay on the side B and the read on the spot though. So Shanique gets a huge forward smash, but it's not going to be enough. But finally, the up smash lands, takes that stock, and now, of course, every single time this happens, Flo is obviously going to be thinking, oh my god, okay, right, I just need to keep going as quickly as I can to seal up this stock. Cannot let Inkling get carried away.
Yeah, I also really like that that wait there on the Angel platform to let the ink fade out time-wise from the roller that Shanique has been going for. And there we go, early F tilt, and this is a full stock lead once again. Flo not discouraged by that earlier stock, but still just answering back every time. Shanique, 75% on Flo. If they can get a ledge trap here, it's definitely something where they can secure the kill early, but they do need something big. They cannot let Roy back on a stage too many times, because this is what happens when you let that happen. Oh, the up smash. He just neutral got up. I think Shanique was expecting a get up attack.
Yeah, I mean, Shanique is going to really have to dig in deep here, Jet, if he wants to find this game at 4. You'll see Flo is just trying to just seal it up now. He's just kind of just doing these little kind of tabs, just forward airs, just feeling out. But a huge forward smash there is going to do a little bit more damage. I love the up air from Shanique just to get him away from the ledge. But obviously still a bit of a ways to go. Again, the up tilt there, going to just get him away. Yeah, that was definitely meant to be. The forward tilt not going to be enough, Jet. But that neutral B certainly will be. And Flo on his feet immediately. The pop off as well.
Flo, such an emotional player, really invested in these matches and doing a super good job of getting that game, getting all of those after being behind. Like the first two, he really had to clutch up, and this was the first one where it's just like, okay, I'm in control here, and I'm not going to let it slip away. Nice job by Flo. Another win for the French.
Absolutely.
Kind of doing a great job here.
Doing very well. And again, like as we said before, I feel like Flo is certainly a player that will be making a deep run here in the winner's side. The way he's playing as well, look very strong. I mean, like previously it was a 3-2 to Shanique. This time it was a 3-1 to Flo. Man to learn from it. And this is what he just keeps doing. So we'll have to see how far this run goes. Now cementing himself in top 16.
Yeah, the next opponent he has is going to be either Elite Tweet or Modzai. So I think that, the likely scenario is going to be Modzai, but at the same time, Elite Tweet just upsetting Tarek, so yeah, anything could really happen.
I'm going to say we were thinking we were going to see Modzai Tarek, but then Elite Tweet came out of nowhere and said, you know what, nah, not happening.
And actually, Falco is really, really good into Pac-Man. Yeah. That's like one of Pac-Man's worst matchups. It's like, I'm in Pac-Man, and it's a character I will switch.
Yeah.
I'll actually switch to another character for, because it's just so painful to fight. You have to play a completely different game. You can't fight him in the air. Yep. You can't use projectiles a lot of the time. You have to be very choice with when you use them, and it's a tough matchup. So
it really is, yeah. So I'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, top 16 is diving down. I'm really curious. I'm looking at this bracket now, looking at Ike and Orion as well, and what an interesting set that will be. So Ike, I think, still looking quite strong today. But Orion, always just a player to keep in the back of your mind, because he can make these huge runs. I still remember at Icarus 2023 back in June, where Orion was able to take Bloom all the way to Game 5, and it was literally last hit. So this is a player that, you just never count out.
He is up 1-0 on Icon recently.
Really?
Yeah, they played in a recent French tournament, and Orion got the better of him. Apparently, he's very good against Shotos.
Yeah.
That's what Icon told me.
I'll have to see. And of course, the even more interesting thing is that whoever wins that will have to face Bloom forever, because of course Streaks DQ. So, but so we'll have to see if it's Orion. Then we've got that history there. But if it's Icon, well, Bloom's never faced really a strong Shoto player in the UK before. And
and even just Ryu in himself is a very different character than a lot of the other Shotos. So I wouldn't be surprised if, this is something that gives Bloom a big surprise. At the same time, though, we're not sure who's going to win that set.
Absolutely.
A lot of potential there, and that is certainly the set I think that I'm looking the most forward to out of this particular round. This
absolutely.
Winners quarterfinal round
Yeah.
of this. I guess it's not winner. Top 32 round of top 32. That's what we're calling it.
But that's just a little bit of a teaser for you all at home because we've got so much more action on the way. And I do believe that up next we are getting... here we go. It is the... Ooh, you know what? Take us away, Jet.
From the Netherlands. Look at this. Foo Fighters, #1 in the Foo Fest. A lot of smaller tournaments here. Mostly seems like, just locals and regionals for Elite Tweet. But that means to me that they're grinding. They're working hard for their results. And, I mean, you got to work hard if you're taking sets off of Tarek because that man looked completely unstoppable up until this point.
Even the 3-1 over Rage as well was such a big win there. But, of course...
On the other hand, Madzai needs no introduction. 49th place at SmashCon. Just an incredible Pac-Man player who has wins on some of the best, even getting 4 games in a best of 5. Sometimes you just need the extra one.
Yes, sits the man back down and says, "We're not done.
We're not done. I paid for a best of 5. I'm gonna get all of it."
Oh dear. Okay, so obviously Madzai is such a tough opponent to face, but Elite Tweet, as we said, has been on a ridiculous run today. Not someone that we normally see in our upper ends of this bracket.
I gotta mention the fact that their flags are just shifted 90 degrees.
Welcome to Europe.
It's just one of them took. Who was first?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Who was first?
My history is that I want to say that probably it was France, but it is also quite funny just that whoever made the flag for Netherlands just said,
turn.
And
Pivot. Oh man! All right, somebody in chat, tell us which flag was first. I'm curious.
I'm curious.
We got to know.
Let's have a live history lesson. When was France and the Netherlands founded?
Somebody says Netherlands was first, but their name is Paint NL, so I don't trust them at all.
Ah, okay. I do know
definitely a
Paint
Netherlands
as well.
bias.
Yeah.
Definitely Netherlands bias.
Okay, we got another that says France was first. So.
Yep, there we go. The average Dutch weekly is tougher than many nations' big tournaments. Elite Tweet is huge.
Yeah,
but that's the same thing that's true for France. France is crazy. Have you seen how many
this is what makes
France
it so
players there are?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, complete true though. Like in the Netherlands, they don't really have like their bigger tournaments, but their locals are ridiculous because all their top level players just go to them constantly. So, I mean, to make a run in a Netherlands local, you've got to go through some real titans of opponents. I'm talking like Ramses. I'm talking like Mr. R. I'm talking Space. I'm talking, of course, Elite Tweet.
Yeah.
So many more names that I couldn't even mention if I had the time to. And so you've got to make these huge ones.
Is Space here?
Space is here.
Okay, cool. I just haven't seen them play yet. Very cool. All right. I see a couple things. Netherlands was first, but the red used to be orange. France's flag had red before the Netherlands did. And then another person said, pretty sure France was first. The Netherlands used to be orange, white, blue, and red, white, blue, until the UK went, no, you only get one, and it is red. All right, seems like there's some arguments in the chat on that, but right now the arguments are going to happen on the battlefield, and whoever wins this set will determine which flag was first. As
officially decided.
Yes, officially decided by yours truly, the American who has all of the stake in this.
So, I mean, you already touched on it before, but talk me about your feelings on this match, because you said, of course, you play Pac-Man yourself.
Yeah, and I played against Falco a decent amount of times. Basically, there's a couple things that are really dangerous. One, trying to air-to-air him is very, very dangerous as Pac-Man. Falco is so good in the air, has a lot of really dangerous aerials, and the second thing is your projectiles. Bonus Fruit and Hydrant are really difficult to use because of the Frame 1 reflector that comes out from Falco. So you have to play very boxy. Like, you have to use a lot of grab, use a lot of aerials that are like not preemptive. You have to and you have to be careful about when you recover. Going a little bit too high, and was able to react really, really well to that. But okay, Madzai gets a forward smash off the top. Blinky coming into play. But yeah, I mean, it's just the other thing is very few characters can combo you as hard as Falco does and kill you as efficiently. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're already seeing that, of course, that huge dunk from Elite Tweet, but Madzai immediately retaliating with the forward smash. But of course, since then, as you talked about, the combos have happened. Obviously, we saw the up tilt there. The Elite Tweet was looking for a little bit of something else, but Franco was able to get away. Of course, Reflector coming in as well, which is also a fairly scary part of this matchup, where you could just, immediately just fire back that Hydrant in Pac-Man's face.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very difficult for Pac-Man to deal with that, but okay, nice catch of the high recovery. Using the, I really like the usage of this forward tilt. In addition to the Hydrant, it extends the hitbox a little bit longer and allows you to two-frame a lot easier. That's one of the big innovations, I think, in this matchup that allows it to be a little bit better, a little bit more okay, because you get a little bit more edge guarding opportunities, but still, Elite Tweet finding the second stock first, and now it's just a very close game. The down air is going to, wow, barely kills. Nice DI there from Elite Tweet, but still, we are dead even on this last stock here, Smaw.
Yeah, I mean, we are literally going toe-to-toe every single time that Elite Tweet has taken a stock. Multi's immediately retaliated, getting a huge combo there with the forward airs into that key. Obviously, see the Elite Tweet just preempting a projectile, which I think Multi is starting to catch on to, so he's starting to play a little bit of a game where actually, I'm just going to throw out as many projectiles. I'm just going to duke out with you. See, you know what?
Wow.
Just do it. Just do it.
And Modzai is very, very good at that. I actually watched Modzai in a pool match versus a Game & Watch. I don't remember their name.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to Falco in that you have to play very careful with your projectiles, and you have to play very careful with your air-to-air. And Modzai, struggled a lot.
Yeah.
He struggled a lot in it, and the Game & Watch took a game. It was last stock, last hit, and Modzai almost fell, but managed to pull it together, and it was due to just their ability to play super well with their normals.
Yeah.
Use their tilts and their forward smash super, super well. Modzai doing an incredible job of that, and we've seen it so far. It's just really effective using that forward tilt to keep the ledge traps going, but at the same time, Elite Tweet, he was neck and neck. I mean, definitely an opportunity for Elite Tweet at any point to win that last game.
Hey, I mean, see, already it's a little bit of a slower game here, Jet, actually, as both players kind of just sort of feeling each other out. Obviously, I feel like Multi's been playing around the strong combo game that Elite Tweet's been showing, especially in that game one. And obviously now, he's preempting these reflectors as well. We saw it a little bit in that previous game with Multi just playing that game where actually I'm just going to challenge you with aerials. I'm not actually going to throw around too much. Maybe put down a Hydrant because it's fairly stationary. And, and kind of just play a bit more of a sort of fairly just aerial combo game. And it's been working out so nicely. So Elite Tweet is definitely going to have to do something about this because I feel like the way Multi's playing it, he's almost untouchable.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've really liked how Modzai has been pretty much only using fruit in situations where it's unreactable, right? You don't want to ever let them have a chance to react to your fruit and kill you for it. But right now though, the down air, you have to be really careful. Like I said, air to airing Pac-Man, and just really good punish there from that attack from disadvantage. And now big damage here from Elite Tweet. Tries to go for the dare reset, does not connect. But I do think that neutral B was intended to be a down B reflector. A little bit of a misstep there from Elite Tweet, but Modzai's absolutely going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll be quite happy to see that one. But oh my goodness, the down air again. Modzai going to have to be very, very careful here. Just keeping up that shield on that forward air and making sure it doesn't poke through. See, you can see Modzai just go for that very quick neutral edge, just a quick get off me tool. Just keeping up that shield, but the grab is definitely going to get punished. There's a opportunity for Elite Tweet, but the back air is not able to kill just yet.
Tried to go for the reflector, but it ended up with catching his head. You have to be a little bit more specific about where you place it, but still, I mean, we know that possibility is there, and Modzai might fall super early if Elite Tweet's able to get a read on that high projectile, that high usage of that. But the threatening bell is here and almost gets the F tilt into it. Still though, back into charging it up, trying to reset the bell. Down smash. Ooh! Oh yeah, can't roll through that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to be careful. I mean, it effectively didn't kill, but yeah, certainly did damage. The back air comes out, but it's still not enough to actually take the stock just yet.
Elite Tweet really nice use
with that up air. Yeah.
Because if Modzai had another quarter second there, he would have been able to get the up B out to break the Hydrant and then just make it so it bounces straight on top of there. And it's pretty much guaranteed if you go to the ledge, because you can't do anything. Any of your options will get hit by that bouncing Hydrant. And another apple.
Not again.
Second one this game. And really, the same exact circumstance. It was an apple versus a laser.
Yeah.
And the apple will definitely win that one.
Yeah. And it's such a shame as well. I mean, you saw the player cam, Elite Tweet just immediately throwing his head back like, why? Why did I let it happen again? But sometimes that's just how it be. And with Pac-Man, you've got to watch out for the fruit. And Elite Tweet was just caught unaware a little bit, but they're still going to immediately retaliate with that forward air. Only 29% dealt. This is not much.
Yeah, certainly an opportunity for Elite Tweet to take this game. But right now, Mazai has the full bell charged up, knowing that if you miss your tech, if you do anything wrong, Mazai is certainly going to punish you for it. And now it's the bell in hand. It's the classic Pac-Man. He's scary. La cloche is here, and it's ringing for you.
Ridiculous stuff there from Modside. Again, like even the sort of just the resets with like the down airs, sort of retreating back to the center stage just to kind of regain position and then just immediately retaliate it. And of course, there is nothing scarier than this in this world than a Pac-Man holding a bell. You know, just running around, just holding it, gripping it with his little one of a mitts.
Yup.
Nothing scarier.
In French, they call it la cloche.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was told that the last time that Mazai came to NorCal, and so I haven't forgotten.
All right, game 3 here. Obviously, I feel like Elite Tweet has been getting close every single time, but just, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have that clutch factor that I feel like Mazai has, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did manage to win Game 5 versus Tark, which means he had to clutch it out there. So I'm going to be interested to see if we see any of that like potential here. But nice edge guarding already for Mazai, who is just in such a good position. Down air should be free here. Yes, we're going to see a reset with. Oh, okay. Almost fell through that trampoline. Could have been really bad, but good comboing. He can't get the full follow-up because the trampoline was right there and he knew it would mess him up.
Yeah, that's exactly something I was talking about as well, because it's such a it's such a disruptive tool, you know, just placing trampoline down. So you could be doing some sort of combo and then it just makes you like, oh, why am I bouncing, or why have I just fallen into free fall there?
Yup. Okay. So I'm really liking how Mazai has been using. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so creative. All right, so he's been using the side B. After the first time he got down aired, immediately after it, he's been using it to go super, super low, then going for wall jump, down B into up B. And that time, Elite Tweet was trying to interrupt that by reflecting the hydrant as he was recovering. But unfortunately for Elite Tweet, that time Mazai just went for wall jump forward air to counter that approach and just completely obliterated him off stage. And now that's one of the reasons why a lot of people do not want to mess with Pac-Man off stage.
Yeah, I mean, Elite Tweet is certainly finding out real quick right now, obviously, and Modsai is really kind of showing his domination here. You know, this game 3 is looking fairly skewed right now. Obviously, Elite Tweet needing to try and find this stock as quickly as possible, but it's just not happening. He's gone off stage, does avoid the orange, but the down air just clips a little bit. Not going to obviously get the kill, but Elite Tweet does make it back safe. He's still on the hunt for this kill, but he's just throwing out so many moves, Jet.
Yeah, he keeps trying to use these early kill moves, his down tilts, and finally gets the back air, grab in the wrong direction. One of the first missed grabs from Mazai, but very important as that means the stock. And now, oh, okay, the apple is something that Mazai will be looking for a lot here. I swear, when Pac-Man players know that an apple will kill, they start salivating. They're like, all right, apple, 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 apple. That's all they can think about. As right now, once again, apple is charged up, but it's not going to matter because the back air is there, and Mazai thinking that level ahead, knowing that it's gonna try to be a punish on the apple throw, and big damage right here. 54% could be it for Elite Tweet as Mazai is just revving up, ready to go in this game, Spa.
Yeah, and it doesn't help, of course, that every single time Elite Tweet gets something going, like it finds an up tilt, Modsai is just immediately out of it. I mean, we are barely seeing any strings at all from Elite Tweet because Modsai, it's just every single time, it's just dipping from the scene. He's just like, nope, you know, I don't want to really fall for any of your shenanigans right now. Well, oh, but
and it's there, but it almost still gets the confirm. Actually, though, Elite Tweet finds the up air, and 84%, it's not the end of the world because you can still live a lot of edge guards. The only thing is you cannot get hit with a bell or a forward smash. He's just super out of there. He's like, I don't want to be involved with this in any way.
Okay, Elite Tweet goes off stage. There's the ledge trap. No, he's not able to find anything, but Elite Tweet is still not able to find a single hit yet. Again, the trampoline jet coming in. Just, you know, you saw Elite Tweet trying to approach, but it just didn't happen. But here we go, finally finding some up airs. Get a little bit of damage, 53% tacked on.
Yeah, that's big damage, but now Elite Tweet finds himself off stage, and we've seen how proficient Modzai is at getting these forward tilts, and that will end it. I love the usage of the Hydrant plus forward tilt. So effective at keeping the edge guard going, and yeah, just clinical efficiency by
It really
Modzai.
is. Yeah, perfect way to describe it, honestly, because, yeah, I mean, Modzai, even in that last stock, I mean, we saw how much damage previously that Elite Tweet had been doing, especially in game 1, but Modzai was just completely unfazed. It's like, I know I've got a strong lead right now. I just need to finish it up. And so at the ledge there, he didn't retreat. He didn't stop anything. He placed down Hydrant, and then he got his forward tilt.
I feel like if that set plays, 5 times,
Yeah.
even though it was a 3-0,
Yeah.
I still think Elite Tweet wins
Absolutely.
like 2 of those.
Yeah.
Like 2 of the
100%.
5. Because
Yeah.
it was really showing how much Elite Tweet had in that matchup. But even then, Modzai was just outplaying him. And
Yes.
sometimes that could have gone either way. There was a couple situations that just barely didn't work out in Elite Tweet's favor.
Yep.
He chose slightly differently. He could have won.
Yeah.
So nice job there by Modzai. Moving on into face his French brethren,
Yes.
Flow, in a winner's top 8 qualifier, which means one of them will be on the winner's side of top 8,
Yes.
which will absolutely be a W for French.
Yeah, I'd be really curious actually to see what the record is between Modzai and Flow as well, which I'm sure someone in Twitch will be able to help out with, because they surely must have faced a fair few times and be very familiar with each other's playstyles.
I think Modzai is pretty significantly up.
Yeah, I was thinking, if I remember correctly, because I have looked it up once before, I think it was. But regardless, I mean, yeah, as you say.
Flow is the higher seed though.
Yeah.
At this event, but I do think Modzai is up in the matchup. I would love to know if you in chat want to look that up for us.
Yeah.
But for now, we have another set getting ready.
Now, I know it's definitely Flow sitting down, but who is his opponent? That's what we're trying to find out.
Oh, this is the other one.
Okay, I'll say yes. So pools today, the top 6 draw, we have split them into 2. So we've been diving into one of the pools, but I believe we are hopping into
Mr.
the other.
R. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That is exciting. And Raflo having a 3-2 set against Kerbo, which honestly is not that surprising. Kerbo is Kirby player, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Kirby is a really, really hard character for Palu.
Yeah.
Just super short. Just if you try to interact with Kirby, they obliterate you. You just have to camp them so hard. So going to game 5 with Kerbo, not super surprising given it's just a really, really tough matchup.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, with Flow, Mr. R, my goodness, 2 names to keep an eye on.
Hey, don't worry. Flow is up 25-15. Thank you so much for looking that up, Granis. I appreciate that. So it looks like we were wrong.
Wow. So Flow holding the record actually, a pretty fat record as well.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
interesting.
absolutely.
So I've got to see how that goes, because I mean, Modzai's definitely been showing a lot of dominance. A 3rd place at the European second place, my bad, at the European Con Box was a massive fun, and I know he's been obviously went on a massive tear at SmashCon as well. So certainly a player that has been on the up and up and up. And with that experience, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. But let's talk about this player real quick, because
another French player.
There's one result I want to touch on, Jet, and it's that 13th at Super Smash Con 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 13th at Super Smash Con. That is that is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's such an incredible result. One of the is that the best result of anyone who's here?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, no, because yes, Tarek finished in, I would say
30.
25th,
25th,
I believe.
25th,
yeah.
25th, yeah.
So Flow obviously finishing very, very high, but of course his opponent, who is a name known to many, another Netherlands Titan, is of course Mr. R, who has had a very, he honestly had a tough run today, but you know what he's just kept doing? Winning. And he's just
hasn't dropped a game yet, and it looks like Raflo is up 3-0 on Mr. R.
My goodness.
Ultimate Fighting Arena, Glory 3, and Glory 3. Looks like they had a double jeopardy there.
Yeah,
but
and of course 2 Game 5s, but then is that UFA 2022 win where it was 3-0 to Mr. R.
Do you know when Glory 3 was?
I believe.
Was it this year or was it last year?
I believe that was this year, but I can't remember. I'm trying to. It does sound really bad. I commentated one of the glories, and I cannot remember which one. If it was a 3 or 4.
That's super funny.
Yeah, I know. I was about the English cast for it, and I can't
It's okay.
remember.
I've been there. I understand.
Yeah. I believe Glory 3 was this year.
Okay, cool.
Again, could be wrong. It could have been Glory 4. I don't think Glory 4 has happened, but you know what? We'll have to see. But regardless, I mean, yeah, just even with those records, it is clear that it's obviously a 3-0 record over Mr. R. We'll have to see how this one goes. I mean, Mr. R, again, he's just always a player that I believe, especially recently, is kind of like, he had obviously a bit of a kind of like, not necessarily a character crisis, but he was trying to figure out like, do I want to keep up with that Crom? Do I want to completely just main Sheik? Like, what do I do? But I feel like recently he's especially been diving a little bit more into sort of Sheik, working out his gameplay, going back a little bit to his Smash 4 roots. Obviously, he was one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Sheik main in the world. And so just kind of going, you know what, it's time to go back to the Spirit main. But we'll have to see. Of course, the Crom is still there, and I have seen it this weekend, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the Crom could come out, but I don't know. I do expect to see the Sheik at least at the start.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is something where I feel like this is the first real test for either of these players in terms of, I mean, I guess Kerbo was a really tough opponent for Raplo, but I think in terms of what they would have prepared for coming into today, this is the match they would have been looking at. And they had the opportunity to spend some time after the first set. You know, you had a full hour between the first and second sets, and now we're into this, you know, this qualifier for top 16, and I think that they're both going to be ready regardless of the results. They'll be once again fighting for whose flag came first. And last time it looked like Modzai proved that the French flag was first, but there's another opportunity for Mr. R to change that narrative.
Yeah, exactly that. So let's see how it goes. Of course, we are diving very, very soon into this. They're just sorting out some things first. But here's some characters locked in. We're going to assume it's probably going to be that Palantine versus Sheik. But we'll have to see. And I'm honestly set. I'm ready. My bum is clenched to the seat. I'm curious to see who will come out on top of this one, because especially to get further into that top 16, that's where you want to be right now, Jet.
Absolutely, and this is definitely saw like a little bit of a deep breath from Raplo right before this, you know, just trying to get, you know, their mentality right. Maybe they're playing music. No, it looks like there's no headphones. They're just texting somebody. All right. Hey, by the way, I'm about to play on stream. You should come watch. I'm about to kick this guy's ass. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw him type. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, you know, I think that was like the BMS kind of like, you know, flag call there, like get in chat, because I know BMS especially, they always come out to support all their boys. We always see it with Bloom as well, which is always very wholesome to see, and it's definitely the case with Float as well. They will always cheer for their sponsored players. And they're going to certainly need it right now because, again, as we said, Mr. R is not a player to be slept on whatsoever.
Oh, and Mr. R winning the first game.
Why did I see my flow pop off?
A little pop. Oh, yeah. Get wrecked, idiot.
Let's go.
That was game one. That was game
1-0.
1-0. I don't know. I think of it the other way. Where it's, you know, whoever SD's first is the one who won.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I right now, yeah. Oh,
but yeah, definitely seeing the Sheik first here, not super surprising, as that has been the character he has been mostly just sticking with pretty much every time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think they're having a little bit of issues with the headphones, maybe not working there. That's probably why the flow was having a little bit.
I heard a loud, like, headphone connecting noise.
That's
so
like hopefully that's a good sign.
I don't know about that. That usually means something disconnected or
yeah. Oh, that is true actually. Yeah, that could go either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully sort out soon. We got our tech wizards on the case to sort it all out. But you know what? Just while we get into a chat, I want to know, who are you rooting for? I do see a lot of the BMS.
I see the logos in there.
Yeah.
If you are a Raflo fan, if you want to see the French Palu win, put either a BMS logo or a 1 in the chat. And if you are going for Mr. R, I just want to see R's.
Just R's.
Just the R.
Just R.
Let's Go Ramen, also acceptable, but just one of those two things. Either a 1 or an R.
Okay, I mean, I'm already seeing a lot of 1s coming out.
That's a lot of 1s, but here's the R's. The R's are coming in. Okay, a lot of fans on both sides. I love to see this going back and forth. Oh, wow, that's some fancy logos right there. Alex LaDevara. That is some fancy logos for sure. And yeah, lots of very exciting players. Okay, this person put 1s and R's. A little confused, but he's got the spirit.
What? I like the spirit behind it.
I like it.
Like, you know, I just want a great game.
Yeah, let's go both sides. Something I was saying a lot today because I love so many of these players. It's really cool to just be here in Europe and just get to experience these matches firsthand.
Yeah.
So we are going to be getting into this game right now as Raflo and Mr. R are going at it. All right, we talked about who chat wants, but Sma, who do you want?
Oh, I could never possibly say that because honestly, I'm such a big fan of both players. If I had to have a little bit of personal bias, if you would all allow me just for a moment, Sheik is one of my favorite video game characters of all time, and it's like a character that I desperately wanted to main, but the skill level was not there for it.
Yeah,
that's why we dived into commentary, Jet.
Fair enough.
So
yeah,
absolutely, I'm such a Sheik fan, but equally, Palutena is actually my secondary.
Oh.
So I'm honestly in a great position where I'm like, you know what, I'm happy with both.
Absolutely. And okay, so now we're into this game as it's been a lot of back and forth. Both the players finding their early combo starters, finding a little bit of ledge trapping, but this is going to be a tale of how do you get the kill.
Yeah.
Both of these characters not having the simplest kill options. Some of the, a lot of kill confirms from Sheik at the later percents, but you have to be very precise with them. And my God. Okay, down air up smash is not what I was thinking of as the average Palutena kill. It's normally some sort of a setup with like a back air or an explosive flame. But goddamn, starting the match off hot is Raflo.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do down air to up smash and it work like that before. But Raflo just got
Luis does that. Just saying.
Louis does that.
Luis does that, yeah.
Of course, Mr. R did immediately retaliate with a lovely up smash of his own to get that kill. But of course, we're now back to that sort of strong neutral game. Obviously, Mr. R get a little bit of damage, but Sheik's, it does get the damage going, but it takes a little bit longer. So it has to kind of just keep firing away, just keep stringing moves together. I love that catch on the teleport as well with the up air, just a bit more damage.
Yeah, I'm loving so far how Mr. R is using positioning against these neutral airs and punishing them right as they land, rather than trying to contest the aerial space for Palu. Oh, okay, that was allowed, whatever that was. Hope that wasn't damaging anything. Right now, good grab from Miss. I like that usage of the up air, trying to catch the bouncing fish over the top that a lot of Sheiks like to use to win back neutral for free.
Yeah, and another down air does come out there. The auto red score as well, just to interrupt off stage, does put them a bit further. But of course, Sheik does have a lovely recovery to able to get back really safely again. Mr. R always just constantly just trying to catch on to where he thinks the float is going to reappear. And it's most of the time pretty close, but the grab comes out for a float, and obviously that back float is so ridiculously strong.
Yeah, really unfortunate whip for Mr. R. Got the up tilt, the F tilt, and didn't get the confirm into the up air that normally we want to see. So unfortunate for them, but it still seems like the game could go either way, although it is slowly slipping out of Mr. R's clutches as Raflo just finds nair after nair, and tried to get a big read, not punished, and once again, the game is just pretty much all Raflo.
There we go, of course. Yeah, it's just looking quite strong, and then it's even stronger. That back air, it is the Fox finish, though. Lovely air dodge through the explosive flame. You kind of need to be honest, but the float is still looking quite strong in this game. It just needs to seal it up. Palutena's certainly got a lot of moves that could do so. Again, trying to catch out, but you know what? Just let him rip another up smash, Jet.
Did he just tomahawk up smash?
I think so, yeah.
That is wild. I mean, normally I would consider that a jump read, but it did also cover the spot dodge. So really nice usage of that smash attack. And wow, okay, Raflo going kind of hard.
Yeah, honestly, when it works, it works. And I mean, certainly Raflo was making it work there. So lovely stuff there, taking 1-0 over Mr. R. And honestly, it looked sort of fairly even towards the beginning, but then it slowly started to creep in Raflo's favor. So I think Mr. R's certainly going to have to dig deep, think about what to do. I love the way he was reacting to the teleports. There's just a few occasions where he's a little bit off because it's so difficult to tell where, of course, Palutena is going to reappear. And we are seeing the switch jet to the Crom. What do we think of this?
I just feel like the kill confirms were not quite there. Yeah, for the Sheik, and that's something that just has to be on point versus Palu, because that is that is the big thing that you have over Palu, is just the ability to have those kill confirms while she has to fish for raw hits. And speaking of, what is that smell?
Yeah,
did somebody just like?
I think it's Humming Bee behind us.
Okay, it's Humming Bee. Oh no. All right, but yeah, I mean, it's just something that is a little bit easier even as Chrom. Chrom, another character that has really effective kill confirms, just that, you know, just a lot of things like jab, you know, down tilt, mostly just, you know, things in the corner where you can pressure your opponent, get an early kill off of that jab or off of a down tilt check chase, and I think that that's why Mr. R has been going for it. He just knows that it's a little bit more simple, a little bit more straightforward game plan.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of, I think you've hit the nail on the head, honestly, because, yeah, just, it is a lot simpler because it is just hit hard, you know, more than Sheik could do. Because I feel like there was a lot of times where, you know, Mr. R was getting a little bit of a string together with Sheik, but it just wasn't really doing all that much. And then, of course, gets blammed by a back air or an up smash or something like that. But Chrom has just a little bit of that raw kind of potential, just sweeping stocks away. Of course, you know, we do see Raflo, you know, reacting to that. You know, and of course, that neutral air does convert into the back air, and that might honestly just be a dead Chrom, especially with the edge guard from Raflo.
Yeah, Raflo really clearly knows how to deal with this character off stage. And that is one of the things that is very, very important. If you have a consistent, easy game plan against Chrom's recovery, like Raflo knows you can trade with that smash and then just go for a run-off neutral air. It catches it pretty much every time as long as he's in that low position. So really dangerous spot for Mr. R to be in, where already losing out on this third stock, 45%, just so far behind in this game here, Swab.
Yeah, and absolutely every single time as well, it's just building and building. Obviously, you're connecting the up airs, the neutral airs, everything like that. The chase down with the dash attack as well, just to catch Mr. R. It's a lot of damage being put on. Who's going to have to dig deep here? Goes for that down air there. You know, needed to do something like that to get himself back into this. But you're off stage as Chrom, and that's never what you want. Yeah, never what you want.
That was a fucking murder.
Yeah.
We just witnessed a slaughter. Just this goddess came down and was like, nah, you don't get no stage no more. It's all mine.
Yeah. And I love the false finishes as well, because obviously the move did connect, you know, we know that much. The false finish always makes it look like they're just leagues below them. Like Mr. R was, you know, like there, and Raflo was there, and somehow was still connected.
Yeah, I mean, just the way the hurt box shifting works
exactly.
for the up B. Yeah. All right, I think we are going to see a character switch back. Yeah, it looks so much harder that game.
Yeah.
I mean, just the neutral felt like it was just all in Ruffalo's favor. And but it was just everything was his way. Neutral was his way. Punish was his way. We got to at least come back with something here. And Mr. R is going back to that Sheik that he loves so much.
Yeah, exactly that. We'll have to see what we can do here. Obviously, we still got the bit of the problem from game one where, you know, it did feel like Mr. R had to do so much more. And I mean, that's just the case of Sheik, really, where you do have to just find your hits so much more often. You have to outplay your opponent in every single situation, which Mr. R, you know, certainly he could do. He knows what his character's weaknesses are, but he certainly knows what his strengths are with this huge, you know, and the back is going into stage and constantly just massive ledge trapping.
Yeah, getting a lot of percentage from that interaction, and now up high, and third time's a charm. Apparently, Raflo not able to tech that one in.
Yeah.
This is the first lead we've seen from Mr. R of the set. Let's see if he can keep it going. Oh, good tech on that explosion. Or sorry, vanish.
Yeah, again, and now Mr. R, I mean, suddenly looking quite strong here again. Another back air going to stage, and another one as well. Can we get a burn? No, Raflo is going to get back on stage safely. But I mean, that's still damage being put on.
Wow.
Massive up smash that only narrowly misses Jet.
Yeah, just could have been everything, but now just even more damage is put onto Raflo, who finds himself back on stage. But for how long? It's just been Mr. R has suddenly found his footing and found his speed, as just so many edge guards here. Keeping the percent going, 106, knowing that we just need one more confirm. No, not gonna get it off the F tilt, but still, the damage is high. Certainly could see something kill soon for Mr. R.
Yeah, and I love what Mr. R is doing right now, just charging up those needles, saying, get away from me, you damn goddess. I need you to be as far away as physically possible, because right now I have a strong lead and I want to just keep it.
Yeah, but okay. Neutral get up, caught with the back air. The Palu Classic, one of the easiest ways to get a kill for her. And now it's just going to be a matter of securing the next one for Mr. R, who is up really high in percent, but I would never count Raflo out of this game.
especially as well, because, I mean, this is now kind of where it gets a little bit difficult, Jet, because, you know what, actually, I'm not going to finish the sentence, because I was about to say that she can struggle to find a kill sometimes. But you know what Mr. R does?
That's a myth. That's a myth. She's struggling to find a kill is absolutely a myth.
Okay, right. Obviously, Mr. R now got a bit of a lead here. Just needs to keep it going. 40% tacked onto the float as well. Needs to keep this gameplay and not get overwhelmed, because this game 3 can absolutely go in his favor. But he's just got to keep up this momentum.
Yep, and we are back to needle camping, knowing that the platform is his friend. But, oh, big opening here for Raflo, who has been shown to be really effective in the corner, trying to catch that back air. Finally, Mr. R landing back into neutral and taking full advantage of it. When you play Sheik, neutral is basically advantage state.
Okay, again, oh, the forward smash not going to be enough, though, because the flow landed on the platform. But Mr. R is still looking quite strong here. The flow is honestly struggling to find a way in. The dash tag gets a little bit more damage, but you can see he's really hunting for this kill. And Mr. R, the way he's maneuvering about, it's just not letting it happen. That forward smash as well connecting. The needles off stage not going to connect either. But, I mean, all this damage is being done. The forward air does finally take away that stock, right?
Yeah, even though Raflo is down, he is certainly not out for this game. I mean, this is, okay, okay, good. Reset on the platform gets a little bit more damage, but still needs to find the kill as Raflo is just getting a ton of damage, 41% already. Anything could happen at this point. I mean, oh, watch out for the down air. No, Raflo not going for it. Using the grenade to get back to stage. Mr. R slowly racking up this percent, 145. We've seen he use B-reverse needles to get a kill before tilt into up air. Gets it done. Nice job there, and I think that was a little bit of a taunt at the end.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like Mr. R kind of deserved it. He was looking, honestly, a little bit kind of, it was looking scary for him initially in the first 2 games. It was thinking, oh my god, is this going to just be another 3-0? You know, the flow was looking unstoppable. He took down the Sheik. Took down the Sheik, took down the Clom, and then back to the Sheik. But you know what? Mr. R just saying, never count me out.
Okay, into this game 4. Mr. R gonna be staying on that Sheik, no question about it. Looked so good that game, looked so effective. And let's see what stage we end up on. I know it is the counter pick now for Raflo.
Okay, here we go then. Game 4. Mr. R, 1 on the board, but can we keep up? Is of course, you know, stage pick 4 of Flow here. We'll have to see if it comes into any sort of, you know, advantage for him. But of course, getting those neutrals at the beginning already, just a little bit of chip damage. Mr. R going to maneuver out, not getting too much done. Back air does connect a little bit more as well. Mr. R's got to find a way in. The neutralize connect. It's looking like where it's going, but finally he finds his grab, Jet.
Yeah, finds the ground, gets a good combo, but at the same time, Palu gets that off of a single hit, and now Mr. R is all the way off stage. Just one more hit. Oh, huge down air, and it is just an amazing way of getting that stock super early. I mean, unfortunately for Raflo, they're not going to be able to make it back to stage, but Mr. R absolutely going to take that, run away with it as, you know, an incredible down air, but still. I mean, not out of the woods just yet for Mr. R. Even though he got that one stock. Oh, really good confirm off of this grenade. Big damage. And wow. Sma, this is so much.
Mr. R is on something else right now, Jay. Let me tell you, the forward smash connects as well. Does off stage with the bouncing fish. Not going to connect though. But I mean, the damage has been dealt. 94 on the flow. And the flow is still yet to find a stock.
Yeah, that momentum shift after that down air from Mr. R has just been everything. And now, once again, Mr. R managing to get off this platform. I mean, taking a lot of Palutena's strength away by using that grenade and resetting the ledge trap, making it so hard for Raflo to keep that going. And up tilt into back air, just a little bit more percent, and we can start seeing some confirms, but Mr. R is just opting to go for safe damage for now here, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, Raflo has got to dig so deep, Jet, to find this kill. Even then, not able to find it. We saw the lightning come out, but it wasn't a kill. Mr. R is hanging over 141%. Meanwhile, we see Raflo still yet to even get anywhere. 144 of his own. He's in literally on death's door while still hunting for Mr. R's very first stock.
Yeah, finally a lap here for Mr. R, but the dash attack, a simple way to beat out that back air. And even though we see this huge percent lead from Mr. R, we do know how good Reflo is at getting some wild kills early if you give him the chance. Already hunting high up there for that up air. And 175. Okay, maybe Sheik doesn't struggle to kill, but sometimes it takes a lot of percent.
It takes a little bit longer sometimes, but it certainly gets the kill there. Mr. R is still hanging on with 2 stocks. Mr. R, Reflo has got to dig deep and find something, because honestly, the way that Mr. R is moving, dancing around all of his moves, falling out the neutral layers, to just keep his distance, using those needles, it's making it so difficult for Reflo to find a way in at all. And of course, all of these strings as well that Mr. R finds, even are just straight hits, Jet. It's so much.
Yeah, it does add up a lot, but I mean, we still know how good Reflo is at getting lead traps, at getting kills, but at the same time, it doesn't matter how good he is if he never is in the advantage state to use it, as just Mr. R has been tracking down every movement from Reflo this game. Resets on with the up air drag down, and now Reflo is in the corner. Still, okay, does get a grab there. Resets now, and this is the advantage state I was talking about. See how much he can make out of it. No, just a roll pass, and no punish from Reflo here. Just, oh man, it's the Mr. R show right now, Small.
It really, really is, Jet. I mean, Mr. R is just doing everything to make sure he doesn't get caught. Obviously, not going to even die to that back foam. Reflo certainly was hoping he would. Chase down with the dash type, but still not enough. And Mr. R is going to hang on to the bitter end. Obviously, I love the weight there for Reflo, but still can't connect that final hit they need.
Yeah, we are just all the way way past kill percent for Mr. R. Same time, though, could take a lot longer before Reflo is quite there. Oh, and the dash attack, easily able to react and punish that forward smash. Still 106%. This is prime percentage for a confirm. We could see a raindrop. We could see a lot of things here. Let's see what Reflo is going to do to try to come back in this.
Oh my goodness. But still not enough. The false finish there again, but the back end's coming out. Then, of course, keeping Reflo on the ledge. The neutral layer connects with what Mr. R was looking for there. Probably a neutral layer. And again, and still can't get this edge guard. Reflo is hanging on. Back air, 73% Jet. This is suddenly looking a little bit scary for Mr. R.
Oh, good usage of that neutral layer. Puts Reflo in the corner. But once again, it's 153%. You have to be so careful of this rage from Palu. She can definitely get a kill really early if she just gets one more opening. But oh!
It's still not enough. The bouncing fish course sends Reflo off to the left side. The back air, no. Oh, that jump! You have to be so careful. Yeah. Oh, it's a dangerous one, but my goodness, we're going to another Game 5, Jet.
Mr. R clutching that one out, and yes, going to Game 5, and certainly not something I was expecting after seeing Game 1 and Game 2. I mean, yeah, Reflo really looked like he had Mr. R's number, but apparently sometimes you can turn that all around, and turn around he did. I mean, just the pacing was just massively shaken up after, just Mr. R being in such good control in that Game 3 and getting that down air in Game 4 just to secure a stupidly early stock and keep his momentum going. But at the same time, Reflo almost came back after losing his first stock at like 20%. So certainly the possibility is there. We might be going back to this same small battlefield stage, and yes, we are into this Game 5, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, obviously, Reflo did get close, but it just wasn't quite enough to snuff out. There was so much damage put on to Reflo, and it was just a case of Mr. R just trying to finish it all up. But here we go. We'll have to see if Reflo can dig deep, lock in, and find this Game 5, or will we see the reverse 3-0 from Mr. R? It was looking so hopeless in the first 2 games, Jeff, but now this is looking like the Mr. R show.
Yeah, but at the same time, Reflo getting a good string there, just getting a couple hits on off the neutral layer. Dropped his first one, but resetting and the forward tilt up smash. Definitely not getting the kill just yet, but still setting a precedent of some kill confirms that we might see coming later in this game. This Game 5 situation between the Battle of the R's, Reflo and Mr. R. And the raindrop is not there, unfortunately, but the Nair into Bouncing Fish still gets it done. just a simple way to get this stock, but an even simpler way is just a back air. Flo finds one more in the corner. It could be it. No, Ledge Trump not going to succeed in anything here, Small.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Flo, again, is still hunting. And we saw in the previous games how difficult it can be for Flo to actually find a stock when Mr. R is playing like this. When he holds a lead, but the back air does sneak its way through, takes a stock, and we've got an even game on our hands.
Yes, this is the point where we make a joke about Mr. R playing Smash 4 because he definitely is right now. 2 stocks left and 34-45. Big damage, though, for Palu as Flo finds the first opening, and that is a huge one in this match, but still just, okay, still not a big confirm, just 3%. You have to find a lot more for Mr. R. Finds a grab, just a couple of hits though, and he keeps it going into the nair. Oh my
goodness.
Wow, what a string here for Mr. R.
And literally evening it right back up. What we saw from Flo was finding those neutral edge strings to do 45. Then Mr. R finds his way in, does 40%. We're going toe-to-toe here. Obviously, Flo diving off stage there, 80% right now, but the neutral edge start connecting. Flo, not able to connect anymore. Mr. R is able to fall out of it. Not going to actually come away from that fairly unscathed yet.
Yeah, I've really liked how Mr. R is being so cautious and patient in the corner and reacting to what... Oh! Wow, okay. What a way to just get that stock earlier. And one more stock chance are coming out. The Netherlands are here in full force.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it's got a bit of the UK mixed into the crowd as well. They are big fans of Mr. R, and a lot of them are good friends with him as well. So a lot of the venue is locked in on the set. They're watching. They're curious to see who come out. Will we see the reverse 3-0? Of course, Mr. R is not one to be counted out at all yet.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. R, no way you're counting him out when he's up a stock. Flo, though, on the other hand, is just using this ledge trapping ability that he's known for so much. But at the same time, Mr. R has found his way out of this circumstance so many times, talked about coming out relatively unscathed. I mean, he's basically just taking a little bit of a nick every single time he's in the corner, and it's not enough for a Flo. He needs more. But right now, Mr. R is not giving Flo an inch, let alone the mile he needs to come back into this game.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's what you said before about the way that Mr. R is playing so cautiously. He's doing that once again. He's been doing it in the previous games. Just using those needles to keep him away. But obviously, Flo has got him off stage right now. Needs to try and kill, which he certainly will do, Jet.
He didn't buffer the DI away on that, and that is a really unfortunate situation for Mr. R, who loses his stock, and he could have had a couple more opportunities, but still, though, keeping the advantage state. We do see the Super Saiyan % from Flo, quickly knocked out by the neutral air from Mr. R. Every hit here, the crowd is popping up for, because it could be it. The forward smash is not, though. Oh, 107%. The neutral air resets here, but now the stage position is Flo's. Quick grab here from Mr. R, just reset in the corner, catch the startup of the teleport. Oh, Mr. R, he needs one more confirmed Small, just one more hit.
He's hunting for it so desperately, but we know that if Flo can get one string going, then it could be bad news for Mr. R. However, Mr. R, as we've said so many times, is playing around this so cautiously, does not want to be touched, and is just on the hunt for his skill, looking for those down tilts, looking for those neutralists, anything to get himself in there. But Flo obviously retaliating with that dash tag, gets a bit of chip damage going, willing to play the long game here if it means keep himself alive.
Yeah, does not care about trying to force the situation too hard, because he knows if he tries too much,
he
will get caught. That is Mr. R. So relieved after going down 2-0, reverse 3-0s. Flo had a lot of respect from these competitors as the hug comes out. I mean, oh, what a heart wrencher there for Flo. I mean, reverse 3-0. Mr. R playing out of his mind here, Small.
Yeah, you could see how much it meant to him as well, Jet. As, of course, he just lifted back his head and went, yes! Finally,
it wasn't even a pop-off. He was
it was just
relieved to be done.
It was a breath of relief. Finally, I mean, the record would be that those 3 wins that we saw, Mr. R finally getting one, which I know absolutely he'll be so happy to receive. Now moving on to the winner's side, top 16. Not going to be diving down to loser's pit.
Yeah.
Got to face Lukey next, but he has beaten Lukey before, so this is it could go one of two ways. It could be scary, but it can work out. So,
oh man,
either way, you're happy.
I guess the Netherlands flag came first.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we decided. Yeah,
I think we might need a tiebreaker. That was 1-1 for France Netherlands.
That is actually, yeah.
So I mean, maybe we'll have another set later between another French and a Netherlands player. But that is going to be it for that set. And wow, Game 5. What a way to end that. Yeah, I mean, just really, really disciplined play from Mr. R. Super impressed by that.
And I believe we are slowly coming into it. So we certainly dive through a lot of top 64. We are in basically into diving in top 16 territory, and the players that are sat there, I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous amount of talent going on. I believe we might have maybe one more set.
One more set?
We will have to see if we do, because it is a
Icon
big
Orion.
You'll have to see. I mean,
I mean, regardless of the set, you know, if we see it on stream or if we cast it,
yeah,
I'm going to be cheering for Icon.
Absolutely.
I can't hold in my bias on that one. He is the only American player because MVD was not able to make it.
Yes.
Had some unfortunate issues with TSA.
I mean, that's yeah, it's such a shame of MVD. I feel like he always just gets problems.
Bro's got some bad luck.
Yeah, really
I love the guy, but man does not have the luck on his side.
Apparently his passport got ripped, which is really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, the TSA tore his passport when they were looking at it.
Nothing about it. Yeah, great times. But, I mean, such a shame to not have MVD. Hopefully he'll be able to come out to another tournament sometime, because it'd be great to see him. But regardless, I mean, it's been an incredible, incredible tournament so far. Like I say, we've got potentially one more set.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the top 16 just because I'm curious.
I'm going to say, we want to dive into this because, I mean, the sets are looking ridiculous.
So Modzai Flow, that French off we saw earlier.
Yes.
Bloom Forever is going to be versus the winner of Icon and Orion.
Which is interesting either way it happens.
Yeah, and then
loser side is where it starts to get quite interesting as well.
Oh, Tarek would have fought Streaks.
Oh, the Streaks fully
DQ'd.
Oh, my God.
Didn't even play a loser set.
Dear Lord. Okay, well.
And then in the other bracket, we have Mr. R, who we just saw, versus Lugi, like we're talking about.
Yes.
And then Solo versus the winner of Space and the Mixtape.
Yeah.
So wow, Solo taking it over Robbie AK-47, sort of sneaking in there to that top 16 winners side.
Yeah.
Beating Pele.
Okay, but we've had confirmation, Jet, that sadly it has come to the end of our block. Like I say, top 16 is mostly filled up. There is one more set, but we're going to hand over to a fresh pair of casters to take you through it. But I want to say, hey, it's been a genuine joy to cast it with you, my man. I've been wanting to for so long, and I'm glad we could on this stage.
And I'm glad we got such good sets. I mean,
absolutely,
God damn,
so
that
many
Mr.
game
R
fives.
set. Ooh, it was hot.
It was, I feel a bit flustered over it, honestly. But regardless, we are going to hand it over to you. Jet, talk to the people. Tell them where they can find you.
I mean, you can find me at JetSSB on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, or Discord. Definitely feel free to hit me up. I love to hear any commentary on my commentary. Yeah. Positive, negative, anything you want to do. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here in the UK, here in Europe. I love the European community. You guys have been so welcoming and so nice to me. So thank you so much. I'd love to come back another time.
Absolutely. We've been more than happy to have you. It's such a joy to have you in Europe always, especially in the UK.
Appreciate that, Small.
So, as we say, honestly, casters are always down for feedback. So if you've got any for either of us, we're always happy to receive it. But regardless, that is it from us. We're going to be handing over to Zanatti and Dev to take you through top 16 and an absolutely beautiful pair of casters with such talent. So you're going to be in great hands. Regardless, I have been Smart.
I'm Jet the Jenga God. We will see you next time. Stay tuned.